Has it ever occurred to you what would happen to my future if I were to fail to live up to my responsibilities? Has that ever occurred to you? Has it?
Scary for me.
Why?
I just want to go back to my room.
Just one more take, Donald. Yeah, I'm not gonna hurt you.
Stay away from me.
Donald,
Stay away.
darling, light of my life, I'm not gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. Gonna bash them right the yuck in. Yeah.
Stay away from me.
Give me the bat.
Stay
Stop
away from me.
swinging the bat.
Please stop.
Give me the bat, Donald.
Stay away from me.
Donald.
Stop it.
Give me the bat.
Stop
Give me
it.
the bat.
Oh my God. Floby!
I'm Brian Collins, thanking you for purchasing the Floby.
Faded photograph, covered now with lines and creases, tickets torn in half, memories in bits and pieces, traces of love long ago that didn't work out right. Traces of love. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. All by myself, don't wanna live all by myself anymore. All by himself. When I was young, I never needed anyone. Making love was just for fun. Those days are gone.
Yeah.
And say a prayer that in his heart he'll find a trace of love somewhere.
Living alone, I think of all the friends I've known. But when I dial the telephone, nobody's home.
Memories in bits and pieces, covered up with lines and creases. All by myself, all by myself anymore. All by myself, don't wanna live all by myself anymore. Faded photograph, all by myself, all by himself.
Please pay attention to the following important safety presentation.
Sit your ass down, we bout to fly. Strap in, motherfucker, so you don't fucking die. Click that shit, cross your lap, snug. Not loose like a little bitch ass thug. Oxygen mask, be dropping like it's hot. Help your own ass first, then give your homie a shot. If we hit the water, shit's about to get grim. Snatch that vest unless you wanna fucking swim. Emergency exit, find the fucking lights like your fat ass down, and you'll be alright. Now seats up right, don't try me, punk. Tray table stash like a get in the trunk. Light up a smoke, that's a dumbass moan. The fuck you think this is, 1982? Now shut your mouth and close your eyes. Thanks for flying the gates to sky. West side.
Good evening. No, actually, good morning. Hey, everybody. Oh, yeah. How long I planned that little stunt?
Oh, you're not a giraffe?
No.
I thought you were a giraffe.
Bill, that's funny. Bill, are you using that still from Special Needs Revolt as the title card? Well, that's interesting, Bill. Where are you at? You were going to be on the show.
He was on. He was here.
Yeah, he was here. What's going on in this world? All right, let me type to Bill. Yeah. It's funny. Yeah.
We had to pay them extra. Holly didn't step in.
What's with all the laughter? Okay. No, the Brady Bunch Variety Hour. I wish I would have known that was going to be on, because I have the first 2 episodes. Rhino Video released the first 2 episodes on VHS and DVD, but none of the others, which does not make any sense because people want that. I know a lot of people that want to have the entire collection, not just watch it on streaming if it's there. They want the collection on disc. And I have the first 2 episodes. And I got to say, the little added touch there of your bird and Bill Weeden coming in and out while Florence is singing was just, yeah, that one bird's really, folks, you're going to hear Captain Cartoon's other bird, not Miss Bourbon, the other one, chirping throughout the show, if you wonder what that is. Right. Yeah, okay. Todd Quality Jaeger. And at the moment over here, we got, introduce yourself.
Captain Cartoon.
Hey, okay. And this is, in case you haven't figured out, the Todd Jaeger experience. And for today's, thank you. And today's t-shirt, can you guess? Large Marge and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It was on a night like that. Yeah. So yes, I'm in honor, because people have been talking a lot about Pee-wee lately, especially with the documentary and Criterion putting out Pee-wee's Big Adventure on 4K. So I thought this would be fun. There we go. Yeah, this is a prized possession, I would say.
See, I'd love to hear about him getting together with Cheech and Chong.
Oh yeah, well, he was in Cheech and Chong's second movie. Yeah. And there's Chris. And Paul Rubens was in Cheech and Chong's next movie after Up in Smoke, and I think before Nice Dream.
Next movie, right? Was that
next movie? Yes. And he was friends with them, and of course he was doing all kinds of weird shit back then before he was Pee-wee. But
that he started with that variety show. That was great.
Well, he was in The Groundlings, and he did the Pee-wee Herman show that was on HBO.
Yeah, that's where I first saw him. I was young. That's when VCRs first came out, and
cable wasn't available in my section of St. Louis, so I had to get it through friends, just like Julie Brown when she did Attack of the 5'2" Women and Medusa Dare to Be Truthful and stuff like that. I had to get that through friends. And then, of course, if you go to Julie Brown's website, she has all those, especially that show that people have forgotten about that she did on Fox with Jennifer Aniston and what's his name, who was in Shakes the Clown and did the voice of SpongeBob. They were all on a variety show called The Edge, and it was funny, and you can get all that stuff on Julie's website. But Pee-wee, yes, we love Pee-wee. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, what happened to him, I gotta say, the whole thing with the movie theater incident and stuff like that, unfair, totally unfair. Because look at all the celebrities now pulling all kinds of really, really bad shit, and people like admire them for it. So,
well, was there anything else going on with him at the time, or did he because usually you would think something like that, it could be they keep things quiet or talk.
Well, he also was also in a relationship with that guy, and it was an in and out relationship, and then of course the guy died and all that kind of stuff. So he was going through a lot of stuff on the side, and plus he had to keep the whole, if he appeared anywhere, even in the credits of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Pee-wee Herman as himself, I'm sure Paul Rubin's name was in there for writing and stuff, but he had to keep this thing where he was Pee-wee Herman. That was it. He was only Pee-wee, and I'm sure
24/7. I mean,
yeah. But what's really interesting is David Arquette. They were buddies. They hung out all the time and stuff, and I didn't know that at first. So he had. Oh, and of course he was friends with Cassandra Peterson, Elvira. And the one that I adored who passed away recently was Lynn Marie Stewart. She was Miss Yvonne on Pee-wee's Playhouse. She also was in a cameo with Ron Howard in the first Nudie musical. But Lynn Marie Stewart she was great. I loved her, and they were good friends too. So he had a good circle of friends that supported him and were behind him. But yeah, people, you know what it is? You get to be famous, and people just love to try to knock you down. So.
Of course.
I hope I don't get to that point, when I get super.
Too late. It's too late, Todd.
Good news, folks. Well, besides that, Jason Faucher might be popping in, and of course, Bill WEEDEN hopefully will be popping back in, because we were chatting with Bill before we came on, and he was here on video with us, but oh well, whatever. The show is just a wingding. So, good news, everybody. I can't believe how fast it arrived, considering it came from Australia. But my slipcase from Umbrella Video. Now, here's the thing about this one. I got to tell you, folks. It says I got number 265 out of 1,500 for this.
Wow.
But it says region B. Some of Umbrella's releases, even, hey, Spooky. Oh, and hey, Ward, too, in case I didn't say hi to Ward. It's funny, too, because Umbrella, I thought Australia was region 4. And region, I forgot what for DVD, and I forgot what for Blu-ray, I guess. But this says region B, which is usually Europe. But here's the thing. It plays in any player. So if you got a regular region A Blu-ray player, this will play in it. Oh, this says region B, but ignore that. I played it last night. Hey there, Ward. It does play in a regular Blu-ray player in case you want to order it. But here's the thing too. You can get the regular slipcover edition by itself on websites like Diabolic DVD and stuff. But if you want this in the case with all the goodies, that's only from Umbrella's web store out of Australia. So like this one was $55, but here's the thing. Shipping from Australia, whether you get one little thing or this, is $24.
How many times did you watch it, Todd?
I just started checking out the extras last night because there's some new extras on it. I have the Full Moon edition on Blu-ray from 2020 that had the action figure and was the full version of the film. This is the full version of the movie plus the shorter version that Full Moon like ridiculously put out in 2014 on Blu-ray. But I also, of course, have the old Cult Video DVD. But here's what you get. Besides the slipcover edition, you get a book of essays full of photos and all kinds of things. And then you get 8 art cards. So
nice.
I am super. Yeah, I would say if you love Tourist Trap, and I know I've said this a million times before, Tourist Trap is my all-time favorite horror movie. And if you got a penny or two extra, I highly recommend getting this edition from Umbrella's website. So there we go. That's Tourist Trap. Later today, at some point, things happen as they happen on this show. We are going to be discussing Possum. Right?
That's a weird ass movie.
It's up to Jack.
Well, I mean, did you guys watch it, or did anybody watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, good, because otherwise I'd be doing it alone here. Hey, Ward. This man speaks on not being able to get laid, but I've seen his movie.
Yeah, Ward's like, did we even watch the movie? I don't know.
That's the thing. The reason I don't get laid is because if I bring somebody home, they want to just look at my movie collection. That's happened. I'm not kidding. They're like, whoa, and they just want to start looking.
Not putting the right movie on, Todd.
Well,
you
I
gotta,
got that collection.
You got to show them the other collection first.
The other collection's right over there.
Behind the curtain, right? Like,
oh my God. It's just funny too. One was like, let's watch that one you're in. I'm like, well, I'm right here. But oh well. They want to watch me on TV having sex, but I'm right here.
Right, yeah, right.
Okay, whatever. Whatever.
Well, just show them you wanna try out the scene from Gladiators versus Space Monsters 12.
Oh God. Yeah, I do like to make it spicy. So let's see here. I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna post this in the Vinegar Syndrome fan group because Vinegar Syndrome, when they kind of first were doing their thing, they were releasing quite a few of the Crown International films that were from the 70s. And I think Crown International lasted into the 80s. And but a lot of them were 1970s, exploitation movies. But I was lucky to get this when I worked at Borders. 100 awesomely cheesy movies.
Nice. 24
discs.
Wow.
And they were basically Crown International movies. And there's like Tomboy and a bunch of the others you can imagine from that catalog. The Van, all those. But oh my God, 100 movies. It's one of those Mill Creek sets. But yeah.
Have you watched them all?
No. No, it's funny. I have 50 movie packs. I have another 100 movie pack. You have the 25 movie pack.
I've never seen a 100 movie pack before.
Oh, here you go. And this must have been.
I've never seen one that big.
Yeah, like I said, I bought this when I worked at Borders. They might have had. I think Best Buy sold this as well, but it's got two of these thick.
I've seen the Hedgehog collection, but
yeah. But I mean, it even put the word cheesy on the title, so they knew what they they knew that this was when people saw that, people like, yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, look at all those titles, man. I forget if these are actual aspect ratio or if these are let me see here real quick. I'm thinking, and oh no, I forget. Oh my God, 144 hours and 29 minutes worth of movies. But I don't know if these are widescreen or pan and scan or what. I forgot. See, my memory, because it's been a long time. That's why I pulled this set out, because I want to post it in a Vinegar
They're all
Syndrome
in Technichrome.
Plus, I want to start going through the ones I haven't watched. Yeah, but these don't expect the best quality, because most of these sets, they usually just threw them on or gave you VHS rips or something. But I'll have to get back into it. But yeah, I highly recommend seeking this one out. I'm sure it's on eBay. It's probably not that cheap anymore, because this would be like a collector thing. So good luck, folks, on finding 100 awesomely cheesy movies. God, 144 hours.
That's crazy.
There's a binge watching. This would have been a good I should have pulled this out during the pandemic, because I had like a whole stack of stuff that I had that never watched, and that went right through all those during the pandemic, and this would have been perfect for that. And okay, I will say before we get into other stuff, I just hit something that covered my screen. There we go. So as people know, when I'm working at the place, when people come in to see a certain film, I'll say, when you get home, this one is one you should look for. Now, of course, everyone knows Mercy is out in theaters now. I had totally forgotten about that one. That's the action movie. Oh, I have a few of those Mill Creek sets. They are in correct aspect ratio and even anamorphic. Transfers are awful, though. No cleanup whatsoever. Thank you. For me, if there's not much of a cleanup and the movies are still pretty well visible, I'm okay. Because with movies like that, it kind of gives you that grindhouse experience or just, drive-in experience. But as long as they are anamorphic and that, because I was really pissed. I just pulled out to watch a double feature of What's the Matter with Helen and Whoever Slew Auntie Roo on an MGM thing, Midnight Movies from MGM. And it says on the back that it was enhanced for widescreen TVs, and it wasn't. It was letterboxed within the 1.33 to 1 thing, and so they lied. But if I get the correct aspect ratio at least, and it's hopefully anamorphic, I'm good, even if they haven't totally cleaned it up. But thanks for the input, a reminder on those, because hopefully these are all good. So, Mercy, the Chris Pratt thing. So when people come to see that, I always say, look for Cleaner. And this one has 5-0 in it. Critics trashed it. Fuck them. I think it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, it's about a window cleaner, and she gets caught up in this intrigue, as you can see. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, and I actually had some people go, "Oh, I saw that one." So I thought this one was totally unknown, but it's I got this one at Walmart, but it's on streaming and stuff, and it's from Quiver, which has some interesting titles, to say the least. What else? Oh yeah. And I tell people, if you want something totally different, this one's really hard to find. Trust me, really hard to find. I don't know if it's on streaming, but I was lucky to get this one copy that I found on eBay. Moose the Movie. And yes, it's kind of a supernatural movie about a moose. And it's what you'd call a regional film. That I think this was shot up in Alaska. And it's just fun. If you can find Moose the Movie, highly recommend that. And then, of course, I mentioned this on the show before, but damn it, this movie needs more love. And Ryan Gosling directed this, Lost River. It's, I guess you could say a bit Lynchian and stuff like that, but Lost River. And yes, a film by Ryan Gosling. He directed this. He's not in it, but what I like about this too is you think of Ryan Gosling as he's nice and he's cool and he's handsome and all that, but oh, does he have a dark side? So this really makes you look at Ryan Gosling kind of in a new light, in a good way, because it shows that he's not just all this. He can get a little really weird, and I love that about him. So those and Cleaner. And I think I mentioned this on last week's show, but I'm really, really pushing. It's the anniversary of The Greasy Strangler. I can't believe it's been 10 years. And of course, I want to say my friends, because I met Michael St. Michael, Greasy Strangler, and his family or whatever. And of course, I've ordered things from Skyella Bar, and we've been in touch. But that, and then the other film from Jim Hosking, An Evening with Beverly Luff Lynn. And besides Matt Berry, who, was from the show Toast of London and is the voice of the Minotaur and Crepopolis. It's got Maine Clement, Matt Berry, Aubrey Plaza, Greg Robinson, all these people. So you just have to. I'm sure there are a lot of people who will not like this, but those of us who love it swear by it. So there you go. So that's all the stuff you should all check out. And one more. Let's do some new stuff from through Vinegar Syndrome. I've been sticking to a lot of their partner labels lately, like Agfa and Shudder and IFC and Wild Eye and Dark Sky. Which Dark Sky, by the way, released Possum. Trying to get Vinegar Syndrome to do this one. But Vinegar Syndrome's own titles lately have been a little bit more, I don't want to say high tier and more popular movies. So, and plus they're doing a lot of 4K Blu-ray combos that are more expensive. So I've been sticking more towards the partner labels. Blast Off Girls, Agfa's latest release, has The Girl, the Body, and the Pill and on it as well. That's through Agfa. I still haven't watched the Crazy Kids Video Party. If you like nostalgia and weird vintage, I mean, there's some kid stuff that's really creepy. So you wanted that. This one was a Code Red release. For those who are in the know and know about Scorpion and Code Red, I have a shit ton of their releases. They always put out weird, great stuff.
I love Mountain Dew.
Huh?
I love Mountain Dew.
Oh, I'm sorry, because I didn't hear that, Greg. The Canadian flick. Golly. Oh my God. It doesn't have the artwork that I have from the Code Red, but the Canadian film Ghost Keeper. Odd little, snowbound.
Speaking of snow, there are people shoveling outside of my house, right? It's not going to stop snowing until 10 o'clock tonight. We're supposed to get another 10 inches of snow, and these people have shoveled 3 times already outside.
Maybe they think
they're probably cursing me out for not shoveling, but I'm going to go out and shovel one time, and I'm going to put salt down, and then it's going to be over. So I'm not going to play 6-time bend over, talk to neighbors, shovel. And
well, also think of
you
that,
understand, right, Todd?
Yeah, I mean, you get so far with it, the snow comes back down again. It's not gonna. Right. Yeah. No, I used to shovel driveways or cut grass or whatever so that I could get money so I could buy. When I was a kid, I was really big into ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, and so I wasn't given a what do you call that? An allowance. I wasn't given an allowance when I was a kid, so I had to shovel driveways and all that in order to make.
You had to work hard for the money.
Yep, yeah, I did for it, honey. Okay, yeah, everyone. I'm sure people know that reference. Please, people, Donna Summer. Okay. The other release, and this was actually through Dark Sky. This is Dark Sky's always had an interesting library of movies, and they've recently teamed up with Vinegar Syndrome for A Desert, and this one is currently showing on Shudder, I think. Nice. But I gotta have the actual release. So A Desert, and of course IFC always has interesting stuff, and this was their latest with Vinegar Syndrome called After School. And that one I saw someone talking about recently on Facebook. Another IFC release called The Last Mistress. And Shudder. Through Shudder, this is the one Shudder release recently with Vinegar Syndrome is The Dead Thing.
Nice.
And, there's also Bad Things, which I remember buying on DVD at Walmart. And last month, Vinegar Syndrome put Bad Things out, which I was happy because that was a love or hate movie with people as well. And then through Larry Fessenden's Glass Eye Picks, they released several titles through Vinegar Syndrome now, is Trigger Man. That's a
great cover. Look at that.
Yeah. The back cover is
hell yeah.
And this would
I would
be
have seen that at Pod Bus. I would have grabbed it.
Well,
Todd makes sure he gets the slip cover.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. There's another reason why when Vinegar Syndrome, like for instance, their new releases are going to go up on February 1st. They'll have 3 new Vinegar Syndrome titles and then a whole 23 partner label titles. And of course, can't buy them all and I'm not interested in them all. But stuff from IFC, sometimes Shudder, they, by the time, let's say that they go up at noon your time, which would be 9 a.m. my time, I could sign right on as soon as the page refreshes and the new releases are up. And already within 5 minutes, editions that are maybe 1,000 to 2,000 copies are down to like 400 within a few minutes.
Yeah.
So I remember Larry Fessenden's Brooklyn 45 released on the Shudder through Vinegar Syndrome, was gone instantly. And I had to wait until the end of the month when Diabolic DV got some slipcover editions and got it that way. But yeah, you never know. And you'd think some titles will be there for a while, and then you're surprised to go on and see that some titles are down to 300 really fast. A lot of the AGFA ones you have to go for first because AGFA ones sell out. I regret that the intermission time compilation that AGFA put out like a year ago or something, I didn't go for it right away, and the slipcover edition sold out so fast, and people want $150 for it on eBay. And then I think, I'm not sure, but they might have a few left without the slipcover, but that one went fast, and I regret.
How much is Delirium going for, Todd?
The photo of Goya or the one that we were discussing last week? The Mickey Hargitay one. Yeah, that one. That one is still available, I think.
No. The one that you want. The one that you want. That's the one.
Oh, photo of Goya. I need to Google translate. Look how that one is pronounced. There's a thing where you just say how to pronounce this word, and then it'll do it. I knew how it was pronounced at one point, but for some reason, that's a word that just.
What's it? Goia? Is that it?
No, it's got an I. It's. I don't know. I'm not going to bother to look right now. I don't care. It's photo of Goya. That's what I'll say. Yeah. And it's funny. That's not really one of my favorite Gialli. It's
a lot of people like it.
It's
but,
bonkers.
I like bonkers, and a lot of people probably like it for its bonkers, but it's not. I don't know why it's that. It's hard to get. It's not that.
Well, I don't even know. I should
don't know.
check.
Maybe it is. Maybe I'm
check
wrong.
eBay at some point and see how much they're charging for the Code Red Blu-ray, the one where it had the woman with the eyeball. Yeah, that one is what I got years ago, and then because at the time I think I may have bought the bundle that month for Vinegar Syndrome, and no, I didn't get that bundle because I didn't get that one, but the other Delirium one I did, but the Hargitay, but yeah, that slipcover. And when what angers me is if Vinegar Syndrome, I don't know if there are slipcovers that you can get with your points, the VMFC whatever thing. Did they reprint those covers, or are they just covers they had left? Because I think they should. Because I guess what they're trying to do is make it harder to get them because they want them to be collectible and more valuable. But that photo,
get right. If you're
and that slip cover, the artwork's not the greatest anyway. Oh, there's the Code Red. Yes, I like that one.
I like that one. Yeah.
It makes it look like a horror movie more than a Giallo, but I'm glad I have that one. But the slipcover for the Vinegar Syndrome one is not really the greatest. Sometimes I wish they would just put out the original artwork on a slipcover instead of, because But I still want the slipcover because, you know, I got to have the fucking slipcover. I hate looking at my standard edition without the slipcover. I see it on my shelf and there's all these slipcovers and then one without. It just makes me... Oh, God. I'm sad.
You should make
I
one.
know. I should... Well, you know, like the Side Roads one. God, I wish I would have set that aside. The one where I had my friend Tim draw the cover, the slipcover. Came with a blank slipcover and markers so you could create your own slipcover. And boy, some of the artwork people were posting that of the ones they drew. And then I thought, aha. So I got my award-winning friend Tim Barella, who's in one of those celebrity photos I gave you, by the way. I said, please do this for me. And oh, he did a great job. It was the drawing of me. Oh, there it is. That's an okay drawing. I'm sorry. I am distracted by that one large tit right there. It just kind of
pretty big.
It's there you go. There's a sound bite. Pretty big.
It's pretty big.
It's pretty big. And you know, it was a focal point whenever you saw that actress, of course. And it's all right.
Our tits are bigger than your ass.
I know there's something wrong with that, but
well, what is it that you want? Why do you want it so big? Just to have it, Todd? It's not because of her.
Yeah, because
it's not because of the big tit, right?
Right. All of the Vinegar Syndrome releases that I do have, except for Southern Comfort, I missed out on the rigid slipcase and all that. I just have the standard case Southern Comfort, and there were other movies they put out that they didn't have slipcovers for and never put out a variant because the movies basically sold out. So I have maybe 3 Vinegar Syndromes that don't have covers. 1 or 2 because they didn't make a cover, and then like Southern Comfort and this Delirium Goya, I don't have slip covers for those. And it's just that, you know, when I look at my shelf and I see not the uniformity, but the consistency of the slip covers, and then you see one that's just thinner. And
it's like a huge gap, right?
It's like a gap in the teeth. It just kind of,
you're losing sleep over it.
And I don't have OCD or anything like that, and it's just that I'm a collector, you know, and in a way a completist. So that's why I was crabbing about not having all the Brady Bunch Variety Hour episodes at the beginning. Oh God, I'm still trying to get over that. I remember watching that episode, by the way. That's why I was laughing so much, because all by myself. Oh, brutal. God. They tried to make, they had emotional musical numbers on the scene, because see, the Brady Bunch Variety Hour was not only about the Brady Bunch on stage. Some of the sketches, in between sketches and musical numbers, was the Brady Bunch, like a story going on. So then this was their stage life.
Right.
And they tried to get really serious with some of these songs, and you just, but that's why we love it, because it is.
Thank God, yeah. Thank God they did, you know, or we wouldn't.
It is awesomely cheesy. So,
exactly.
But no, Brady Bunch Variety Hour, the good thing is, too, is there's a book. There is a hardbound book all about the Brady Bunch Variety Hour, and I highly recommend reading it, because, boy, those kids, like when they weren't doing shooting a scene or doing a musical number, the kids would roam off onto the lot, the studio lot, and they'd go and they'd smoke a little and stuff. So, you know, I like knowing those things, that it wasn't all just.
Well, they were surprised that what's his name, Robert Reed, the father. They were surprised he came back for the Variety Hour, because
but then they had fake Jan,
right?
Because Eve Plum, that was Jan, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But Robert Reed was all into it, but he left the show disgruntled, right? The show ended partly because of him, right?
But here was a chance for him to, I guess, sing and dance and stuff. And you know, I'm not saying the show shouldn't have been made, you know. Right. I'm glad it did. Stuff like that is just a piece of history that's so cheesy. Like Pink Lady and Jeff. God, you guys need to look up episodes of Pink Lady and Jeff. I know I've showed that one.
I watched an episode. I don't know if it was accurate, but they said that the Brady Bunch, the original show, ended because Robert Reed didn't want to do some episode where Greg dyed his hair blonde, or he said it was the script was getting ridiculous. Yeah,
that's true. That is true. Although a lot of people
like
to jokingly. Well, a lot of people liked. Well, he wasn't in that episode.
Right, he refused to do it. So,
and a lot of people jokingly say that the Brady Bunch died because the show died because of Cousin Oliver. Jaybird
jump the shark.
All right, the way we love him, he's sideways.
Oh shoot, I am.
Yeah, no, it's fine if you want to stay that way. It's cool.
You look nice and relaxed. I'm going to be sideways soon.
It gives it a sereneness too. And I like how you
actually, you know what? Put me back stage and let me try to fix it real quick.
Okay, because I'll say your beard, his beard defies gravity.
I'll get him. I'll fix it.
Oh, good times.
There he goes.
Can't believe we're already 41 minutes into
the show.
You got
it, Jay. You got it.
There he is.
Yeah.
Hey.
How you guys doing, man?
Oh, well,
Doing
I would
great,
say
Jay.
Adequate to the occasion.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah,
I might have to go. I might have to go shovel soon, but I'm all right beside that.
I just got done doing that. It is nasty out there right now where I am.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nasty here too in Philly.
Hey guys, let's see here. You know what it is outside here? It is 74 degrees.
Nice.
That's nice, Todd.
And it
Todd,
was in the
You know what I like to
mid-80s.
do in this kind of weather in Detroit?
What?
You know what I like to do in this kind of weather in Detroit? I like
What?
to go down to 8 Mile and there's this like sauna place. Fucking badass place, man.
Yeah, that's a perfect. That's
Probably
a
one of
good
the only
idea.
areas you can go down there that they won't mess with you either. You know, they just kind of let you chill. I think everybody needs to chill.
I do have a jacuzzi right outside my front
It's
door.
a hidden gem, man. Hidden gem. So
Go get a massage.
Well, they don't have those there, but hey,
Yeah.
or maybe they do now. I don't know. I never really paid attention to that. I just like the sauna jacuzzi room thing.
Yeah, a little
that
washy
sounds so
wash.
nice. I remember going to hot springs things when we do family vacations, and we were up in Canada or something, and we went to these hot springs, and it was just so I didn't want to get out. It was just perfect. But it was in the mid 80s here last week.
Nice.
And
Todd, you keep talking like that. I'm gonna go get that photo of Gioia Glow.
Oh yeah, just wave it in front of it.
I'm gonna wave it in front of it.
No, here's the thing, but it shouldn't be that hot here this time of year.
You're right. It should be hot here. It should be hot.
It shouldn't be hot anywhere except Australia because it's global warming, man. That's not good.
Yeah,
and so people go, "Oh, I love it. It's in the 80s, Palm Springs." I'm like, "No, it shouldn't be that hot. That just means this summer might be a real bastard, and my electric bill's gonna,
Live for today, Todd. Live for today.
Oh, and you know what I forgot to do too? This is really stupid. I don't have a cheesecake, but I did find a key lime pie clearance, and I should have had a piece of key lime pie too.
Key lime pie.
Yeah, damn it. Oh
And
well, I'm not
lemon-
gonna.
That
I'm not
and
gonna-
lemon meringue, key lime pie, and those are probably my two favorites.
Oh well, I do love those. I'll have lemon pie, key lime pie.
It's like if somebody wants me to advertise their key lime pies or their lemon meringue pies, I will happily do it. Just give me some pie.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I remember my stepsister would make what she called grasshopper pie, which was like it was green, and I don't know if it had a mint flavor in it.
Oh, okay.
But it was like key lime and stuff. But it was I love.
So no actual grasshoppers. Good.
No actual grasshoppers in it. No, I don't like them. I don't like crunchy pies.
That's the secret ingredient.
But my cheesecake, oh man, every time, oh God, I don't like having to support Walmart so much, but it's all I can afford really right now. And so every time I'm in there, I check the cheesecake section and hope for one that's clearanced, even if it's one of the smaller ones. But I have not had any luck in the past couple months. So
I had
when I
luck like 2 months ago. My aunt spotted one, so we ended up picking one up. Well, she got one. So
the regular cheesecake is like $13. The multiple flavored ones like 14 something. But when they're clearance, they're like $7. And so
time you really get them. That's the only fair deal anymore.
I used to be real good at catching those, and I haven't lately. I mean, there was one day I was lucky, like a year ago, and there were 2 clearanced at $7 each, and I was like, well, I'm broke, but 2 of them, so 2 for the price of 1, basically.
My aunt loves those clearance areas, man. So I usually get dragged into them. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Although they're not really good at the clearance price on, say, the like chocolate chip muffins and stuff like that. They're still like almost $4 clearance, and it looks maybe $1 off. You're like, no, you're clearancing those.
It's going to come down to it to where they either want to put us all into that like digital currency crap, or going to have to kind of just figure out a new kind of way of doing economics and stuff. I've actually been trying to work on a book, not like Karl Marx in a way, but like I've read a lot of economics books, because I've read like 3,500 books in my life, about 4,000 maybe. So I go through about 300 a year usually. Sometimes 400. I mean, I just love listening to audiobooks and reading like physical books. So
I'm finally.
I want to have like a lot of different like topics I cover when I write. Like I got an adventure I'm working on. I got like studying politics and diplomacy I'm working on. It's like I just like kind of like spreading myself out a little bit and keeping busy,
Wow. And
here
I was
have to know what you're doing. So
and here I was talking about, go buy the book about the Brady Bunch Variety Hour.
Yeah, well, you could do that too.
Well, the book I'm
We'll make a Brady Bunch horror movie.
The book I'm currently. Oh, there you go.
Hell yeah, Matt. There you go.
The book I'm currently reading is that book, Nobody's Girl, the one about the woman who was one of Epstein's victims. I'm reading.
Oh, okay. That actually sounds interesting. Is it good?
Oh, yeah, but it's heartbreaking. I mean, she had a rough life even before she got involved with that guy, and yet, it's nothing like for people that think, oh, I want to read this because it must be salacious. It's not salacious. It's matter of fact, and it's very disturbing, but it's also helps you understand the kind of shit that's going on out there. So that but here's the thing. After I finish reading that, I've got John Cleese's book he wrote about Faulty Towers. So that's gonna be quite a shift.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. Oh
Love
boy, Chris just got more handsome. Look at that. It's a skull with 3 eyes.
I'm listening to the.
He must have combed his hair.
Fall of Rome, and
the fall. Okay.
Yeah, it's like 126 hours. So I'm gonna listen to that one for about a month.
Wow.
But I'm also going through the Russian Revolution too, because I can never just read one book at a time. I usually got like 8 or 9 going, and I kind of treat it like a school type of thing where I'll listen to something like for 2 hours, and then I'll switch into another topic, and then I'll, just to keep my mind going and fresh. And like I'll eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Kind of stuff.
Yeah, I still do every day myself. But I'll tell you, if you want an alternative to your 100-something hours of that, like I said, you can always get the awesomely cheesy movies collection, because that's 144 hours and 29 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I had to grab the book I'm currently reading.
Global Conspiracy.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's a thick one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That motherfucker looks thick.
That's what it is. It's a big one.
Aside from reading Nobody's Girl, which is deadly serious,
this
I
guy.
feel bad.
You know who that guy is?
Oh, yeah. Gotta love him, man. He is a character.
I'll keep you. I'm prepared for everything.
You guys are reading stuff
Like, I
that
wonder what
broadens
he's
your
gonna say next
mind.
sometimes. Then I'm just like really scared when it's like something I thought about, like, oh boy.
Right, Ward knows.
Yeah, folks. Too, I always tell people if you're Chris is the one monitoring the comments on YouTube. I don't have both screens going because YouTube is like on a 30-second delay basically. So
Yeah.
I would get confused. But people, if you have something to comment or question, or just like I said, some people just saying, hey, feel free, and hopefully, there were some people. There were at least 3 people that came in last night and to work, and somehow I mentioned my show to them because we were talking about movies, and they said, "Oh, what is it?" And they're typing in their phone. So, if you guys are out there that saw me this weekend at work and you're watching, say hi, because yeah, it's join in.
That was one of them, Todd.
Yeah, that was one of them. They tuned in and reacted. So nice.
Run away.
No, I feel bad because I shouldn't feel bad, but I'm reading a real serious book right now. But most of the stuff I read are either horror novels, like catch up on Graham Masterton's books, or something weird, something funny, like the John Cleese, or the one book I gotta recommend is Surely You Can't Be Serious: The Story of Airplane.
Yeah,
that
I would
was
read that.
Fun to read, real fun. And I just
It's
like
still one of the best, right, Todd? Still one of the funniest comedies, you think? Holds
yes,
up?
although of the Zaz movies,
Right.
Top Secret is my ultimate favorite Zaz movie. And then I like Airplane and Naked Gun. And of course, Police Squad, the TV show that came before Naked Gun. But Top Secret is the one I can watch over and over and laugh every time. Airplane is great. And I even, wish I would have brought it out. I have it's not really a soundtrack, but I have the Airplane album. It's got dialogue bits from the movie, and yeah. And plus, I bought it because it was great having the artwork. Hang on, I got something to show you since you brought it up. It's right over here. I'll be back in 10 seconds, folks.
We're counting, Todd.
Well, almost. I almost tripped over this guy.
I'm gonna boot you like I did Bill.
Okay, here we
And I'm
go.
only kidding. I don't know. We don't know what happened to Bill.
Here we go. I'm back. Oh shit! Fuck. Hang on.
Yo, watch
Hope
it
he
now,
didn't go
Todd.
out in the snow.
My foot got caught in the cord again, and I was
He's
worried I
shoveling-
almost
he's
showed
shoveling
my
his
butt.
pavement.
Because as you folks know, can you? Oh, hang on.
Uh-oh.
Jack. Where's the? Okay.
What was that?
Yeah, I'm a comic act altogether here.
It's a one-man show over there.
No, my foot got caught in the speaker cord or the headphones cord. A pillow.
Oh hell yeah!
Wow, that's nice.
Walmart had it, and this was a
You
couple
have to
years
pick that
ago.
up.
I kept this on it too, just for fun.
Yeah, I
guys
would
love
have
to
grabbed
walk-
that. I don't even know what you do with it. What do you even do? You know what I mean? Like, you're not even gonna you're not gonna lay on that.
No, I
You
have this
just throw it in the
sitting
corner.
over on my shelf with
Right.
this guy sitting on top
Oh,
of it.
that's no. It is like the VHS thing.
Mhm.
Hell yeah!
That's what it
That makes sense.
Pedro. Oh, Pedro.
Pedro.
Hey, Pedro.
is.
But yeah, over next to my porn DVDs. I got this.
Ah, okay.
It's
All
sitting
right.
on top
You,
of it.
you don't have to say any more, Todd. I get
Yes,
it.
I do.
Yeah, we
Now
know
we know
what's
what.
going
Now,
on.
now we know what you stare at when you watch porn.
Pedro? Nah. Actually, no. This is.
Oh, that's better.
Look at
And there's the wood.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and this guy's
Oh,
got a
boy.
tie. And he's holding a coffee. Whoa, 3.
They called the cops on you, man. Run!
It's Dr. Tongue's 3D House of Giraffes. No, that's from that's from the Zootopia display. There's actually one more. Whenever we take out movie
key word.
Hey, well, here's a fox driving a car.
That's cool.
It's fun to note that the name Todd with 2 D's is Old English for the fox. Didn't you know?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So whenever you have children's stories like The Fox and the Hound or even The Plague Dogs, whenever there's a fox character, it's always Todd or Toddy. So, little fun fact. Yes.
There you go.
Now, Todd with 1 D, small letter T, is German for death. So I'm glad I have 2 D's in my name.
Yeah, that's.
And of course, as you know,
I'm named after the Reaper, man. My last name Faucher. That's
Faucher. I was calling you Faucher. I'm sorry. What?
I get that a lot. I get
Faucher,
Fucker, all kinds of different ones.
Fucker,
you know?
yeah. If you want
I was in high school. They hired me, they voted me as a swim captain, and when they did it, they went up in front of the whole school and they said, "Mr. Fucker."
Oh my God,
that's great.
Well,
did you get a standing ovation?
Nobody raised their hand.
Nobody got in trouble. So.
Mr. Fucker, they're like, what?
Or
they couldn't wait to see who was coming.
Or we could have a RuPaul song, Sachet Fauché. But here's the
Fauché means mower, reaper, maker of scythes, to mow down, to cut down.
Oh, there you go.
They're kind of like in the Normandy area, or that's when the first like name of the family formed. They're very Merovingian aligned back in the day, so very interesting family.
Wow! So
one of the Fauchers, Louis Faucher, he was in World War II, and he was the guy who trained the Czechoslovakian army, and they totally they betrayed him, man. And he actually volunteered to fight with the Czechs if they chose to fight Hitler, and they chose not to. They chose to go along with it. So he ended up getting a whole bunch of his boys that he trained. He trained it's 1.5 to 1.8 million men. Him and his French attachés, because he was a French general. And when they did the Munich thing, they totally sold him out. So he was like, "Hey guys, I'm willing to fight for you. I resigned from France. I'm willing to fight for you guys." And
well, look at this guy. I feel so insignificant now. Show's over.
No. That's just
great,
one of my roles.
Especially he's telling that story while you're holding that animated character. That's appropriate.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess this was a reminder to myself of my name. Besides the quality, Todd Jaeger.
Well, no, I'm sure that if you go back far enough, you'll find somebody who's really heroic or really cool in your name.
Well, I can't
has somebody like that.
I can't name names specifically or anything, but a cousin of mine who did, my ancestry and stuff. I don't have the full details, but apparently I'm a direct descendant of some royal Scottish clan. That if you would have gone to this town in Scotland to visit, they'd treat you like royalty because, and I won't say the name of the clan because then that would ruin my Jaeger mystique. But so I'm big deal descendant of But other than that, I'm just.
You should go there, Todd.
Well, if somebody wants to.
Hey, if you have a crest or something.
Well, I do. I have a crest that I wear sometimes. Virtue and glorious mercy is the phrase in whatever how you say it in that language, Scots Gaelic or whatever. I don't know. But cool. If someone wants to pay for my passport because I don't have one and I pay for an airplane, I'll go to Scotland and visit. Yeah, sure.
What if
hell
it's a
yeah,
one-
that'd be a cool that'd be a cool podcast, kind of like little adventure kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. You
Fine,
know,
how
Finding
about-
out your
fine,
past
listen,
and everything, and hell yeah.
How about we send you there one-way ticket, and then you just do the show from there? You just
well,
we put them up in a castle, you know, and
figure it out. You might not want to
No.
leave anyway, right?
I would then get in contact with Laurie Brewster, who runs Hex Studios, Amicus, and the British Horror Studio, which Parliament over there recognized the British Horror Studio lately. So Laurie Brewster, who knows who I am? He does know who I am.
There you go.
I'll just go over there, contact him, and I'll get a job working in the Scottish film industry, you know?
well, hey,
Meant to
that's
be.
kind of how I do it, so it works. So just
It's
you
just
know,
right. You just,
man,
just
you
do
know,
it.
just kind of
Just wing it. Just go out there and do it.
Exactly.
And the reason I still have this fox here is to remind me. So for the name, and I know I mentioned this on the show before, but then for Todd Jaeger, so for when I did that sassy little movie 26 years ago, someone said, well, how you pick your name would be the street you grew up on, your middle name and the street you grew up on. So that means my name would have been John Jaeger with a Y. And a friend of mine said, well, why don't you just change the Y to a J? Because that would be the German word Jaeger, and that means the hunter. And I'm like, well, then I'll just change John back to Todd, because Todd in Old English is the fox. So I am the fox hunter. However, I would never harm a fox.
No, foxes are too cool.
They are. So,
Like
but you know,
I've done some hunting and stuff, but it's like when I go there, I usually just end up chilling.
I would
in
be
the
a
woods.
dope bounty
I don't end up
hunter.
really chilling or killing anything, you know. It's
yeah,
like I just
no,
kind of like, I just like the wilderness, because I mean, I got a cabin up north that's probably buried in snow right now. I can only imagine.
I'll just leave it there
Yeah.
for a while until I get, yeah. But
But
speaking of
it's-
foxes, no,
Let it differ.
Jack, this will be part of the topic, and when we talk about Possum, foxes, that they're in this movie too. They play a key part. So, but anyway, no, so your cabin, it's just going to be buried until, oh well, whatever you can get out there.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I got a couple of my friends who are trying to get some time to where they can shoot up there with me. I don't like going up there alone anymore, just because there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong up there, and the nearest hospital is about 60 miles away.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
no, I would say
So-
that's something you got to have somebody with you. I would
Well-
be so afraid.
I was up there with my family one time, and one of my uncles, I was sleeping. It was probably about 4 o'clock in the morning. I just fell asleep too. And I hear a pounding at the door, and one of my uncles ended up falling on a cooking spike outside. 'cause he was so drunk. And he extracted himself, but he was like spewing blood everywhere.
Oh.
Like the blood's like chee chee, and I'm just like, holy, what the fuck, you know? Because I'm like, I went from just
He's like, right,
totally
right, and
asleep
sit down.
to like seeing somebody that looked like they got shot, and I'm like, oh my god, man.
Jay had movies. Jay was getting ideas for his next movie.
Oh yeah, really. This
Oh my
happened though, man. It's like this is my life. I had the craziest shit happen to me sometimes.
Yikes
Good.
almighty. I you know, when you said
You
that,
just
it's
gotta
like
keep going.
I could feel that. Ew, you know, oh my God.
I ended
Ew,
up
it's like
driving in the it was probably about almost 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the morning to this little EMS outpost they have. That's pretty much the closest help you're gonna get up there, and it's about that was about 11 miles away from me. And I'm driving on back county roads, you know, and he's just losing blood, and I'm just like, man, I'm gonna lose my uncle to a cooking spike. But he's okay. He ended up living, and you know, he was all funny with it. You know, it's like, hey man, I want a picture. You know, we had to pause, get a picture. He never showed me anything, by the way. I need to get it. I need to talk to him about that, because that
would be
it would have been a funny picture.
I mean, it would be an interesting story to hear his perspective while he was going through it. You know,
I had to drive an uncle to the hospital while he was dying, and he was in. I was lucky to be home. My aunt called me. She said, you know, he can't breathe, come over. And I actually heard him in the background, like gasping for air. So he's only a few blocks from my house. So I drove over real fast, and I expected them to be like at the door. So I'm beeping the horn and nobody's coming out. So I go into the house, and my aunt is all crying and nervous, but she looks mad. Like, she's like, I'm like, well, where is he? You know, what's he doing? She goes, he's down the basement. So I go down the basement, and he was at his computer, and I'm like, he's probably deleting porn. He probably thinks something's gonna happen, and he's like, I'm like, what's he doing? I get in the car, you're gonna fucking die. And he's you know, it could have been business work. That's just where my funny head, you know.
My curiosity would be my curiosity would be what kind of porn at the moment was he that would be fun to know.
But then he made it. Thank God I drove him. I'm flying there and he's in the back. But as soon as we got to the hospital, they saw his state and put him right on the gurney and wheeled him, put him right into an induced coma. He ended up having Legionnaire's disease.
Oh
Did
my
he
God.
live?
He lived.
Good.
And he was there for months, but he pulled through, and he was he was older at the time too, so he was lucky.
Well, the one scary thing for me was I was wondering why for a couple months, because I rode my bike more then when I didn't have a car, and I was wondering when I was getting out of breath too easily, and I was like, what's going on? This is weird. And I didn't think anything of it. And then one day at work, I feel like I'm being kind of stabbed in my right side and right up here. And the manager said, oh, maybe if you want to go to the doctors or something. I said, no, I only got about 2 hours left of my shift. I'll finish. And I walked home because it's a 10-minute walk home. And then as soon as I got to my front door, I just felt like I was being stabbed. And I went to my apartment manager and said, the hospital's 1 mile down the road from me. So I said, I don't want to drive. Can you take, because I don't have a car. So can you take me down to the hospital? And they said, oh, it's good that you came here when you did, because I had a pulmonary embolism.
No
Oh.
I had one in my right lung and one in each leg. I had 3. But here's the thing. Even though they said, oh, it's a good thing that you came when you did. Well, then why did they make me wait like 2 hours in the lobby?
The waiting room, yeah.
I could have had a heart attack or
Take
something.
a number, yeah.
Oh,
pick
it's
a
good
number,
that you
yeah.
came in. I'm like, okay, yeah, you made me wait 2 hours though.
Yeah, it's good that you came in. Number.
Oh, you were in
before.
their system, man.
But
Kind of like that one
now
night,
serving.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
oh, it's just but it's scratch. Just but it's scratch.
We'll be right
but,
with you.
But I just, and then of course, once they got me in the back, you know, they would, okay, well, no, I meant in the back rooms, and they would be like, okay, we'll be back, and then 40 minutes later, you know, I'm like, oh my God, I could die here.
Yeah.
But you know,
It's great you came in.
Yeah, it's a good thing you came in. I go, yeah.
Matter of fact, you came in at such a good time that we have plenty of time to kill.
And they weren't that busy. That's what got me was, you know, I'm sure there's all kinds of reasons why maybe, but the fact that once they figured out what was going on, they kept checking in on me and then disappearing. And I thought, oh man, because I didn't know what it was yet. And when I found out, I thought, holy shit, I could have like
had an angel looking after you, man. That's how it goes.
Yeah, well, I've got well, apparently I have a lot of them because I've had the people I learned Reiki from and all that kind of stuff. They, you know, they're into all the spirit guides and that. And I remember I had like at least 3 of them tell me, you don't realize how many you have around you. I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, they're like, you're being looked after. Right, because apparently, I'm not saying I'm going to be an important figure by any means, but apparently, I have some purpose, so I'm being looked after. But man, that to let me get that close to, you know, and also like with my sleep apnea, for years I was a snorer, and I remember people would tell me, Todd, you would like stop breathing for like half a minute, and then you go.
Wow.
And turns out in 2009, I had to go to sleep study, 2 of them. And they said I had one of the worst cases they had ever seen. And I could have had, again, a heart attack or an aneurysm because of the sleep apnea. So I've been on a CPAP machine since 2009. I won't go for that Aspire thing. Have you seen the commercials for Aspire? It's like an implant, and you, with your phone, you turn it on. And apparently I don't understand how that would work, because if even with a CPAP on, if I lie on my back, even with the CPAP on, I can't exhale. I can breathe in.
Can you imagine the scammers on that one?
So the whole thing with how can a little thing keep you from I don't want to even know. So I'll stick with my CPAP machine. I'm fine with that. That's my whole. I love that today the theme for our show is exhibit your symptom. What do you got going, Jack?
Go ahead, Jack.
No, I got all kinds of things. Listen, I have to. Also, I was just in. There's an area. There's all kinds of specialists here in the Coachella Valley, especially in Palm Springs, Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, Indian Wells. There's all kinds of big deal specialists. But of course, when I need one, it's like the other day. Thankfully, it was covered. They call for transportation for me. Plus, I had to have my eyes dilated. I had to go to this place called Loma Linda, which is like an hour, more than an hour away. And I have to get, after I had cataract surgery last year, there's like this jelly-like substance that's blurring my vision. It like moves smudges. So they gotta, maybe next month, they're gonna go in and do one eye, then have me go back to do the other, and they clean it out. So yeah, listen, when you get older, folks, things happen to you.
Never fun, man.
Yeah. It's
any kind of eye stuff is never fun. I had that LASAT surgery because I used to I was pretty much like legally blind. So, but
I had X-ray vision.
Yeah.
You know, when you're younger, you hear about grandma and grandpa and stuff going, oh, my cataracts and stuff like that, and you think, man, that's old people stuff. But then here I am, and I had to have cataract surgery in both eyes last year. I got to get this jelly shit out of my eyes. So, because when I look, if I move my eyes to the right, it's like a ghostly smudge moves to the left. And if I'm driving at night, all the street lights cause like this haze, and it's not good. So they said,
you know what's good for that, Todd?
Porn.
Oh yeah, if that was the case, Todd, you would see through the walls right now.
I know. I'd have X-ray vision.
Right.
Like Kiwi in those glasses.
Pot. Cannabis.
No. There's a reason. There is, let's just say, a reason why legally, even though it's legal in California, because of certain things, I'm not allowed to use it, not because of something about my health, but let's just say other reasons why I am not allowed to have it. Certain things go by federal law instead of state, so I cannot have it. Yeah. Okay. But also, if I did use it, that's what gets me is these dispensaries really get you with the prices. If I did use it, it would be edibles. That's because pot in general gives me like a swampy headache right here. Imagine you're knee deep in water and you got to get to the other side quick. It's a trudging, annoying feeling. Okay. And I don't like it. Plus, when they legalized it, I really wish they would have been more specific, because like where I work, if we have, say, transients who come in and to come see a movie, but they don't smell really good, we won't let them in. But if people come in reeking like they just rolled around in a puddle of shit and then got sprayed by a skunk, apparently that's okay.
I'm one of those smoke 2 joints in the morning. I smoke 2 joints.
Yeah.
I can't.
I smoke 2 joints in the afternoon. It makes me feel all right.
I don't like the smell. I don't like the smell. I really can't. And I know people say, "Oh, I love the smell. I love it." Well, I think a lot of people say that because they love what it associates with. Listen, I grew up. I mean, Jason, you know, you've been around woods and all that, but when we would have spray outside in the woods, and that just traveled and got in your house and everything.
He loves it.
Oh God, I was retching all over the place. It's the smell of skunk. Just no, I can't handle it. And but and call me square. You know, I'm a total hippie, but I'm a postmodern hippie. So I'm a little.
Yeah, man, everybody has their tastes.
Oh yeah, that's it. I don't begrudge people who want to use it, but I will say this: if you're going to come and visit me, you better be using edibles, not because I will not let you in my place if you reek like you've just been fucking a skunk. I just won't do it. And it's not going to happen. Plus, you know, the complex I live in is no smoking. You can,
but a lot of people vape and do things like that, so you don't smell it as
well.
Like Jack wouldn't smell like pot.
Yeah, it is getting a little bit better with the smell.
I love what the onion.
It might have a little.
You know, because they're trying to get people to stop vaping. I loved how the Onion just put up a fake ad and it says, trying to stop vaping, and then it showed a cowboy with a Marlboro cigarettes. So the way to get away from vaping is just go back to smoking cigarettes. So
come on back.
But by the way, I've got to. This is like jumping off track here because I'm too much fun. It's amazing how time flies. But for Chris, since you got your edition of Bay of Blood, that I have an old DVD and I have the Anchor Bay DVD from the Bava set, but I can't afford that Severance set. Right? I just can't. But guess what I have? The soundtrack.
It's a great soundtrack.
And this is the Italian title, Ecologia del Delitto, was one of the titles for it.
The new one comes with the soundtrack, Todd.
Yeah, but this is like this one. And how many tracks is on yours? This one has 31 tracks.
Yeah, I didn't look. I'd be surprised if it had that many,
but it has one of the earlier titles in Italian. So I just thought I would. I know that the Severance set has it, but this is special.
Now that was my first time watching it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was pretty brutal, wasn't it?
It was. For some reason, now maybe one of the versions I had tried to watch before was a different, maybe a different cut or whatever, because before I really got into the Italian horror, I just, Bava, Bay of Blood, you put it on, you don't realize which version it might be or whatever. But this time it just seemed like it went by really fast, and I don't know. I never saw that ending coming. I totally forgot about them. Totally.
Well, the first time I saw it was on. I never got to see it in a repertory theater or anything. So first time I saw it was on a really cheap ass. I don't even know if it was full frame. Like the 133-1. Really bad cheap DVD of it from one of those companies that just trucked out shit. And then I got the Bava, that Anchor Bay Bava set on DVD again when I was working at Borders. And no, actually, I was working at Borders, but I bought it at Best Buy. Best Buy used to have all the cool shit. And Circuit City used to have all those. That was the place to go to look for movies. But the other one I would say, as far as the movie is ridiculous, and the music is even more ridiculous.
Drop off your kids to your ex-wife.
Yeah, there's some really bad songs on this, which is why you got to have it as Murder Rock, Lucio Fulci's.
Yeah,
the movie's a blast because it's ridiculous. There's and what's Witch of the
Witch of
Death
the-
Nerve. It is the other title for it. Yeah.
And they give you they give you the re-release too. I don't know what the difference is between the re-release version and the Italian original version.
And while I want to recall too, for when I watch it, do you know if the actors move their mouths in Italian or English?
It seemed like it was Italian.
Okay. Because I had I don't want to say a disagreement, but Dennis, and love you, Dennis Daniel. He writes for horror magazines and he's a big aficionado of Godzilla and all that kind of stuff. He said that the Spanish, and it's not a Giallo really, but Candle for the Devil was that the actor spoke in English. But I very carefully went back and forth between English and Italian tracks. And I saw Italian, Spanish. And I saw their mouths matching perfectly to Spanish, except for Judy Gleason, who's British. She spoke in English, I believe. So you had to watch one track or the other. They didn't mix it really. And I watched carefully and saw their mouths matching to the Spanish language track. But Dennis says that in the extras and stuff, they talked about how the actors spoke in English. And I'm like, that their mouths match the, you know, to me, it matched that. So anybody who knows for sure, let me know, because I swear that they spoke Spanish for the most part in Candle for the Devil, not English. But the old Scorpion or Code Red Blu-ray was English, and then the Vinegar Syndrome version has both language tracks but defaults to the English. But I'm swearing that they speak Spanish in that movie, the mouths. So
well, it might be one of those things where it's kind of like similar because of how the Romans conquered everything, you know, and everybody's kind of like, you know, slightly with the Latin, and you never know. So.
Well, their mouths are it's still making the same kind of,
Well, I've seen some dubs, like English dub over an Italian film, where the mouths were, sometimes you were like, wow, that's pretty close, or what, but for the most part,
well, the problem is too, different actors, like we said before, the director or whoever will tell them, just talk in whatever language you want because we're going to overdub it anyway. So you might have some speaking in Italian or Spanish and some are speaking in English and their mouths are moving, but now with the overdub, that
frustrates me because you got the mouths matching with the track, but then you got others that don't, and that's frustrating to me. But but like for Candle for the Devil, I could swear that they were speaking Spanish. When they're doing their Yo soy bonito en el baño, it's which, by the way, that's a joke, folks. It means I'm pretty in the bathroom. So if
you do exactly what you were saying, right?
I would see their mouths matching to that. But Judy Gleason, I'm pretty sure she was speaking in English, but I'm swearing it, folks. But check out Candle for the Devil. Try both tracks if you can. See what you think and let me know, because like Dennis says, no, they were speaking in English. And I'm like, I tried it in English and things to me were just going every which way. So help me out, folks. I want to know for sure. It's like with now I was upset too because when I think Anchor Bay, when they first released Don't Torture a Duckling, I'm not sure if they gave you both the Italian and the English, but you do not watch that movie in the English dub. The voices are ridiculous and they spoke in Italian, so you gotta. And I saw someone like Jack, whenever the Tubi horror stuff shows up in my timeline on Facebook, I don't belong to that group, but I think Jack, you do, because your name pops up on the thing every time saying Jack likes. But
he likes it.
Somebody was complaining about, I wanted to watch blah, 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 but they're not speaking in English. And I can't stand reading the subtitles. I'm like, yo, pity. It just, if it's dubbed or something, it's I can't stand watching it. If it's dubbed in a language they didn't speak in, I can't stand it. And for subtitles, you don't realize that after a while that you're reading subtitles. You're able to view the movie and read the subtitles, and you really don't realize you're reading subtitles.
Yeah, subtitles have never bothered me.
Oh, they must not watch a lot of anime.
I like watching the foreign films just with the subtitles, just for the simple fact I get to learn a little bit of the language too.
Right.
Yeah. It's
especially if I like the movie.
Oh,
You know, there's a couple foreign films I absolutely love. So
well, it's also, even if a film is in English, because sometimes you'll miss a word or two, and I love it when a company goes out of their way for the subtitles to give you English subtitles when they're speaking in English and English SDH. Most movies just give you the SDH where you've got descriptions as well, which can kind of get a little annoying. But when it's just because there sometimes you miss what they're saying, or they say it too fast or something, and you got the words right there. And like with a movie, for example, when we discuss it today, Possum, since they're speaking in very thick, different dialects of British accents, you're not sure. Or especially if they're say like a Scottish film, they're speaking in English, but you're like, what? So the English subtitles are very helpful. And I love words. Like when I'm watching TV, even if it's the news or something,
I was just gonna say, right. You have subtitles no matter what, Todd.
Yeah, because I just, in case I miss something, or it's funny, though, that like, especially on TV, when it's live TV and they're doing captions and they misspell stuff.
The only problem I have with subtitles, and I've been watching a lot of these, Giallos, whatever, is if you watch them late at night, if you even close your eyes, you can't say, let me close my eyes and listen for a second. You're done. You turn your head for 2 seconds, you miss the whole plot.
And I noticed if you try to translate some languages, even Italian, literally how it would translate, it's much more of a formal kind of speech, and instead of like I want to say the more lackadaisical tone that you can get when you're speaking. I don't want to say American, but United States,
right?
But so some
Detroit.
Yeah, well, they try. Well, I'm one of those people that say it's kind of ridiculous to call us America because this is North America, and Canadians are, North Americans. This is the United States. This is not.
Right.
It's not America. Just like you don't, Canada doesn't say, well, I'm a North. We're all North Americans, basically. So to say we're just American, that's really weird to me. But when you say, well, speaking English, well, English could be British, it could be this or that. So the United States way of speaking is a bit more, I don't want to say relaxed, but it's not as formal. So when they try to translate things for United States audiences, for example, it's really weird. So
What are you gonna do? Right.
What are you gonna do? Okay, so one other thing too, we were talking about Gialli. Oh, wait a minute, I'm missing one of them, I think, but oh well. A lot of people don't realize, and people call it a slasher, people call it a horror movie, but a lot of people don't realize that Happy Birthday to Me was a Giallo.
Okay.
You had the Black Glove Killer. This is the Kino Lorber Blu-ray, but what I originally
when I was like 11 or 12.
Huh? Oh, you were
when I was like 11 or 12. I can't remember. I remember how long ago. It was a while ago, though.
I was in college, so like I said, I was old. Oh,
It was
I
a
know.
big
That's
one.
what I forgot to grab was the first DVD that was put out. Oh, it's over there. The cover was awful, and they used, I don't know if it was Sony that put it out, but they used an electronic score for it. When I saw it in the theater, it was the orchestral score. And then when I think it was Sony put it out, they put out with this alternate electronic score. And I was
They
like,
must have had some copyright. Somebody.
and
must
then
have-
the Anchor Bay top DVD has, I think it gives you, I don't know if this or the Kino gives you the option of which music track you want, but you go
Okay.
with the orchestral. And this was the Anchor Bay DVD. And then, I mean, the Kino Lorber one is great, but get this, the British, and this is an all region, but Indicator put out one. And which, by the way, Indicator, it's a pre-sale right now, and I wish I could buy it. But John Rowland's film, The Grapes of Death, I don't know if you've ever heard of that one. It's about a town in France or something, and there's something in the grapes, and it turns people into like zombies. The Grapes
sounds-
of Death, La Raison de Mort. But I really want that one.
One of my uncle had a whole bunch of those old ones playing late at night, and I'd watch them with him. So,
well, you can get the
Something you would've
standard.
watched.
The standard edition is like 20 something bucks, and then the more deluxe edition is like in the upper 30s or something. And I really want to buy that one. That's one of the few Jean Rollin films that I will actually tolerate. Oh, Patrick, yeah, I do have that edition, the Indicator, Patrick.
That's one of my favorite Indicator releases.
I have a lot of Indicator releases when I used to splurge. I got a lot of them. By the way, the other Indicator that I have is Eyes of Laura Mars.
Ah,
nice.
Yeah. And speaking of Gialli, there you go. That's an American Gialli. But yeah, Indicator. Huh?
Oh, I was saying like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but
in a way.
That's
Although
a Giallo.
in a way though, I gotta tell you, I can't watch that movie ever again. And it's because when Christopher Lloyd is killing that shoe in the vat of acid, that poor shoe, you see it panicking and freaking out, and I'm like, no, it breaks my heart. I can't.
Oh yeah,
can't
they
deal
go
with it.
way too much fucking
For a
Yeah,
PG.
I was a
too.
kid when that happened, man. Just imagine how I felt. I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
was again.
for the first time. I'm like,
Yeah, like I said, and Roger Rabbit that came out was PG-13 available yet? I don't know what year was Roger Rabbit. But Roger Rabbit was just PG, and that scene with the shoe, holy shit! I was in college, man, and I was just devastated by that scene, and I hated it.
88. Wow.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, so it's 2 years after.
That's when Todd stopped wearing shoes.
I do wear sandals.
He went full
most of the
barrel
time.
that year. He's never been the same since.
No, I
Yeah.
do wear sandals, typical socks and sandals guy. You know what's funny too is I love these people who have criticized me, socks and sandals, because I wear white socks with the strap sandals. That's a video we got to show sometime on my Vimeo channel. It's called Socks and Sandals. Chris,
There you
you're gonna
go.
have to show
I'll
that
get it.
video.
I'll
And
find it.
it's not mature listed, so you should be able socks. What's the and sign? Is that what's they
And
call an
sandals.
ampersand? Right? Socks and
holes in
sandals,
boats.
Todd Jaeger. We've got to show that video. It's perfect because I explain also in the video. It's a music video, by the way. So that's one reason we want to show
it'll
it.
pair well with bows and hose.
Yes,
Both
but I tell people I want my feet to breathe, but I don't want them to get dirty. So I wear socks and sandals. And then I have these idiots who will say socks and sandals, but they are wearing those stupid, and they are slippers. Don't call them sliders. They are slippers with a Nike symbol on it. They are slippers. Slipper sliders, same thing. And yeah, so they will criticize me for wearing socks and sandals, but here they are wearing socks with slippers or socks and Crocs. So just, you know. Anyway, yeah. So I can't believe I didn't show all 4 versions of Happy Birthday to Me, but there's that one. Oh my God, we just go off on tangents here. I love it. Chris, is Chris looking for something special? Because when he pops out like that, he's
looking for something.
He's looking for either a video.
I didn't notice he even left.
Something. Well, like I said, it's hard to tell him from that skull in 3.
That's when he's ultra chilling. You know?
Yeah. Well, what was I? Oh, here's the other thing I wanted to show. If I could get it out of the box while Chris has disappeared. Here it is. This is also one of my. I'm not a Funko Pop guy. I have like 9 Funko Pops, and that's it. 10 if you include this, and this is something everyone, if you can get it, Jan Brady and George Glass.
Oh, hell yeah. I almost bought one of those.
Yeah, of course, as you see, George Glass doesn't exist.
That's the joke. That's fucking hilarious. When I see,
because I remember the original Brady Bunch episode. So when they did the thing again in the Brady Bunch movie, I was just howling because I remember the whole George Glass thing and her on the phone going, "I'm talking to my boyfriend, George Glass." And get this, there is a gay porn actor that goes by the name George Glass. And that's funny because he exists and he's the opposite. He's like totally bearded and everything, but he goes by the name George Glass. And you know, most of those actors, they're not using their real names. So I'd like to know why he chose George Glass. Oh, there it is. There's for Chris. Jan Brady, speaking of Jan Brady and George. Yeah, I just had to have it. And this was not one of their regular releases. You had to get this at a fall convention. They sold it at conventions.
Oh shit.
That's a nice one.
I got mine off of eBay. Of course, when they were, I think I paid $20-something for it. If you look these up on eBay right now, I think
they should have the one where Marsha's nose is busted.
My news.
You know? That would be a good one.
God, the Brady Bunch. You know,
I grew up on that show and Happy Days, and
right.
they were always playing at my house, man.
Same here.
Well, you know what always gets me though about like when you're mentioning Happy Days is Laverne and Shirley were introduced on Happy Days, but did you notice how different Cindy Williams' character was? In Happy Days, her character, you know, on the show Laverne and Shirley, she was more innocent and more, ingenue and naive. But on Happy Days, the both of them were equally lecherous. They were like, "Ooh, hey, honey," you know, both of them. They were like equally the same. So it was interesting that on Laverne and Shirley, the show, they became opposites basically in how they were. So I always wondered about that.
Actors do that kind of thing when they're able to have that kind of broad of a range. I love that.
And also the thing about Happy Days that always bothered the shit out of me was if you saw the pilot episode, there was an older brother named Chuck. They showed him with a basketball and he went up the steps and he disappeared forever. And
that was it.
At the end of the series,
Nick at Night did a yearly fucking.
Well, the very last episode of Happy Days, Tom Bosley says, I've raised 2 wonderful children, Joni and Richie. What about Chuck? He said, I raised 2 wonderful children.
Well, Chuck maybe wasn't wonderful. Maybe he was an asshole.
Some people would say, well, the pilot episodes sometimes don't count. Well, that's bullshit. Everything was set up. Like the pilot episode of Three's Company had a different, was it a different Janet or a different? Yeah, there was a different Janet. in it, and so there were some different actors, and then they changed them. Yeah, Happy Days. Where's Chuck, man? He's gone, and it pisses me off that they never we're supposed to just ignore the fact that he was there and just move on. And I'm sorry, I can't do that. My eyes saw what they saw.
Todd still hasn't gotten over it. Chuck.
Yeah, and what's also a little fun thing too is that right before Laverne and Shirley aired on TV, they was when the first nudie musical came out, and Paramount made both that movie and the show, so they were really nervous about Cindy Williams because she was in the first nudie musical, not naked, but she was in that movie, and so Paramount just snuck it out into a couple theaters, like one in, I don't know, New York, and one in some, and apparently people did find the movie though, so Paramount was really nervous, and nowadays that wouldn't be a big deal at all.
No.
But back in 1975, it was pretty frightening. So there you go. But I just what can I say? So all right. So where are we at now? Are we gonna Jason, you've not seen Possum, have you?
No, not yet.
Okay. So do we want to discuss Possum, or do
Yeah,
we want
let's
to
dive in? Yeah.
Because Jason, it might interest you. Although I'm going to warn viewers. Oh yeah. Do you have the trailer, Chris?
I do.
Okay. Let's do the trailer before we go any further. If you want to cue that up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got this movie when it was first released on disc. So 2017, 2018. But I've seen this movie numerous times. So Dark Sky.
Dark Sky. It's like it is outside now.
Mm-hmm.
Mother, father, what's afoot? Only possum black as soot. Mother, father, where to tread? Far from possum and his head. Here's a bag, now what's inside? Does he seek or does he hide? Can you spy him deep within? Little possum, black as sin.
Police are widening their search for missing teenager Michael Browning, who disappeared on his way home from school.
Happened before, I recall. Did you find him? Waking up, is it?
That looks fucking cool.
Yeah, I gotta say, I tell people who haven't seen the film yet, the trailer makes the movie a lot more snappy than it is. This is a very slow-paced film. It's very, dreamy, slow, languid kind of thing.
Well, nothing wrong with that, though.
No,
That's
but
more artful, in my
people looking
opinion.
for a horror movie are not going to get that. It is more psychological. It's deeply distressing. But yeah, and I've seen idiots I watched some of the reviews and reactions on YouTube, and you got all those idiots in the comments who not seen the movie and go, "That's not a possum. That looks like a spider." What? People, watch the fucking movie. Stop.
Right.
saying stupid comments and then looking like an idiot later when you realized what it really is going on. Also, there's the whole thing of, if you've heard the term playing possum, you know, we have a possum can like do like what a goat does. It goes into a like comatose state. And when it's like afraid or something, and it for Jack and that, Chris, did you watch it?
I did not.
Okay,
no.
I just want to make sure that I know who knows
But
what.
no, you can go. I watched some of it, but I figured you
But,
and Jack would do the review. So
the
you go ahead.
references
I don't
to the
mind.
there's references to the fox. There's foxes in the movie, and like you see one scene where a fox is lying there, and you know, some say the fox is dead, some say no, the fox is playing possum, because the fox also represents innocence. And if you notice, like Jack in the one scene where he's walking, the guy is walking home and he sees that fox lying still on the ground, but then he turns around and the fox is standing there. Did you notice the fox's positioning and legs were kind of like Possum? The Possum is the name of this puppet. And so there's lots of little details where you watch the movie once. There's Sean. He's God. What an actor. If you've seen him in Mission Impossible movies and other things he's done, this guy, he's so good at what he does. And I mean, this whole movie,
pretty good method actor with that.
He's scowling.
What I seen in that trailer.
Oh yeah, and he's this is a reason too where you need to watch the film with English subtitles, because sometimes he mumbles a little, or his mouth sounds like he's eating something while he's talking. So you really need to pay attention to what they're saying. Also, it's good to watch it with subtitles because, for instance, I don't know, Jack, if you notice this, in the beginning of the film, at the very beginning, when the boys are talking on the train, but the camera may be focusing on Sean, or Philip is the character's name, you hear the boys mention the barracks and that the police were there and stuff, and which that barracks figures in later in the film because of Philip's past. And also he goes to the barracks, and you see that room with the mattress on the floor and stuff, which could relate to his past abuse. So why were the boys talking about the barracks and the police? It's all, you watch the film once and you think you know how it ends. Okay, this is who did that and this and that. But then you watch the film a second time and go, wait a minute. And then you watch the film like me, third, fourth time, and you're just like, oh, holy shit, you know. So that's, and by the way, that is Philip's uncle. For some stupid reason, on the back of the DVD and in some reviews, they call him Philip's stepfather. It says here on the back, stepfather, and
even on their own DVD. That's weird.
Yeah, that's
they didn't watch the movie.
Well, here's the thing. I'm getting the
I don't feel as bad now, Jack.
Well, the British all region Blu-ray, which I have ordered. I'll wait and see what the description says on the back. Now there you go. That's a little bit of a spoiler, but it's on the back of the DVD.
Oh, there you go. All right.
The movie keeps Possum pretty much not thoroughly visible for like half the movie.
Oh yeah, you think this motherfucker's just batshit crazy for like 45 minutes.
So that's a bit of a spoiler, but I've warned people ahead of time. We're spoiling some things today. And I mean, I bought this DVD at Best Buy when it first was released. And when Best Buy used to carry Dark Sky and Mondo Macabro, you know.
Oh yeah, back in the good old days.
Yeah. So I knew ahead that I was going to see that in the movie, but when you're watching the movie, you kind of forget about that because you're getting pulled into the darkness of this movie that you kind of forget that you already saw most of the image already. So basically, for those, like I said, I hope if you haven't seen the movie yet, we are spoiling things today a bit, so you should take your chance whether you want to keep listening or then tune out, watch the movie, then come back. But basically, he is a disgraced puppeteer. He comes back home to his childhood home, and as he reminds Uncle Morris, it's spelled Maurice, but it's Morris, that it's Philip's house. This is my house. He keeps reminding the uncle that. But he comes back to the house. Yeah, and you don't know why he was disgraced. He was sent away from, he was a puppeteer. He did like children's shows and stuff. Oh, there's a good scene. And you don't know what happened exactly. Apparently, he did show the children Possum, and that freaked everybody out. But you don't know if the whole reason for him being let go was more emotional or something he totally did wrong. They never really clarify that. You have to, as Matthew Holness, who wrote and directed this based on his short story about it, and the poem, he kind of leaves things for you. And he even said the ending, he's kind of leaving that for you to interpret. So there are two ways you can interpret the ending, and I'll get to that in a bit. But either way, he comes back home. Morris is living there in the home. Oh, that's an interesting coloration of it. And he's there to sort of lay low. But at the same time, when he's on his way home, there were a bunch of schoolboys on a train. I guess they were going home. And he's looking at one boy in particular because the boy's drawing in the same kind of way Philip would draw in his book. So he asked the boy, "What are you drawing?" And the boy gets creeped out, and they all, get off the train.
That was pretty good, Todd. That was good.
What? You saw that?
No, your impression there.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like I said, you heard the boys talking about the barracks, and that's one thing I'm still trying to figure into the story, because even Uncle Morris says later in the movie they're tearing down the barracks. And I guess that's one reason why Philip went to go look at the barracks, because it's something from his past. Now, we understand that basically Philip was abused when he was a child, and most likely Morris is the one who abused him. Philip's parents died in a fire, I think in that house, in the bedroom, because apparently there's a reason why Philip won't go into one specific room in the house until later. But again, things are kind of vague. You have to sort of tie them together yourself or interpret them. And at the same time, though, a boy goes missing. It's the boy that's on the train. So you wonder, too, if things are really happening or not. That's another thing. Some people interpret that some of the characters and some of the things happening in this movie aren't real, because when there are news stories on the TV about the missing boy, they seem to only come in at that point. Otherwise, it's static on the TV, and then suddenly there's something about the missing boy. So
Okay.
is that something in his? Yeah, is it something in his head, or is it not? And that right there, that's an image where Maurice looks in the mirror, and there you see Possum wearing his clothes, and then he looks back into the mirror, and it's just himself. So there are
Visually,
flashbacks.
it looks great visually. It looks like a really
trust me,
trippy movie. Yeah.
This movie is like a fever dream. It's and there are flashbacks. There are flash forwards. Like in the beginning of the film, the scene where you see that spider-like tree and he's looking in the bag, they show that at the beginning of the film under the poem, but then later you see the scene. And there are bits where, for instance, he's freaking out or something, and there are quick glimpses of like in the one scene in the barracks in the hallway where you see the legs coming around the wall. Those are shown earlier in the movie, like flash forwards, little bits, like subliminal even. And so this is why you can be totally confused watching this movie going, what's what? Well, that's the whole point. Yeah. And so basically everything comes to a head at one point in the movie.
Yeah.
And
I
you
mean,
know
as you play around with it a little, instead of just,
everything comes crashing. And again, then it leaves you to an ending where you're going to think from watching a first glance, okay, I'm going to say, so I don't want to ruin this for Jason and for Chris, because when you watch it, you'll be thinking ahead now. But some people think, well, it turns out that Morris was the one who kidnapped the boy because he did it in the past, because something was mentioned about this happened before. And also throughout the movie, everything Morris tells Philip is stuff Philip already knew. Stuff that Philip already experienced just at that around that time or already knew. So it was like Philip's psyche feeding him stuff in the guise of Morris, because maybe Morris was dead long ago and this is just his whole mind. And if Morris
that
wasn't
would make
there, then,
sense too, because at one point Morris is like, I'm going away now.
Yes.
And then he just, that's it. I mean,
well, he takes care of Morris in that one climactic moment. But the thing is, so it's possible then that means Philip had the boy, because Philip is repeating what happened to him. And so maybe Morris wasn't there and Philip was doing the thing and he let the boy go. Or what people get from the first viewing usually is that Morris kidnapped the boy and then Philip took care of Morris and he let the boy go. But here's the other part that makes you, again, rethink everything. You notice throughout the movie, for instance, in the very early on, when he first gets to the house, he stuffs Possum into that barrel. And remember later, there's a quick glimpse of Possum in water in the barrel. But he's already tried burning Possum, getting rid of him, and Possum would keep turning up. But the thing is, at the very end, oh God, and again, spoiler. So you notice after he lets the boy go, and you see Philip sitting outside the back of the house, just sitting there. Did you see what was in the foreground? The burned puppet. So did he really burn it at that moment? Well, he probably did, because you see that just the legs at the off kind of in the foreground. So again,
that's the last shot.
Yeah. And you're just like, oh, okay. So things like after there's the scene where he's with his uncle and he's burning, and then other things happen and Possum is fine. So you're
he just
and of
trying
course
to put it together.
The legs of the puppet kind of are also a metaphor for Morris's fingers, because remember when he's punishing Morris near the end and going, "Did you miss these fingers?" Yeah, so it's all these little things. And also Philip's walk. If you notice in the trailer, the thing that's great about Sean as an actor too, did you notice Morris was very articulate in how he walked? He walked kind of forward, like he did stumble in the mud at one point because of the way he was running forward. And if you noticed, after that stumbling in the mud, when he was trying to find Possum after he threw Possum in the water, there was Possum in the mud in the same position. So his movements, the way he carried the bag, instead of just carrying it down, he was always like he was holding it up when he would walk, which must have been a strain on his arm. But everything was articulate. Everything was like detailed and articulate. What's the other thing? So after he, for instance, stuffed Possum in the barrel, and then later, right after that, Philip takes a nap and wakes up. Who's in bed with him? But the puppet. So you're kind of, again, did Morris put the puppet there? Or if Morris is not really there, is this all timelines and things in Philip's head. It's a puzzle piece. And also, here's one thing. I don't, Jack, if you notice this. Whenever Philip was out in the forest, when he was in the marshlands, and he's trying to do something with the puppet, you'll hear in the background, Philip. His name is being called. Who's calling his name? Or is he just hearing things? So you have to wonder what that was all about. Also, a lot of things about, it happened like 2 or 3 times where he's out there and then suddenly you hear in the distance, Philip. So what the deal? The thing about the fox. Again, it's been mentioned that the fox it's all about innocence. And so you remember when Morris says, when Philip asks, what are we eating? And Morris says, roast fox. It's kind of, Now, here's, Jason's going to love this.
Now, is that before or after he tells the story of what happened with the fox?
Well, he mentioned roast fox before the story. There's a whole story Philip relates about a fox, that these bullies in school found a fox that they thought was dying. And the boys were like kicking the fox, and they forced Philip's head into the fox. And then the fox later, after the boys run away, the fox opens its eyes, like, and so there's all this stuff about foxes in it. But so Jason, do you know much about, since you're the knowledgeable guy, do you know much about Freud?
Freud?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This will interest you because and one of the reviews, there's a reviewer that goes by Father Son Holy Gore or something. He does reviews and they're pretty in-depth. He mentioned Freud's concept of the uncanny. Are you familiar with that? Okay. Well, basically this movie says a lot about that. The concept of the uncanny, while writing the short story of which this film was based, Matthew Holness, he uses the uncanny to dive into the psychology behind someone unable to speak about their traumas out loud. Philip resorts to creating a puppet which embodies the abuse he experienced. Eventually, he has to figure out how to destroy the puppet and obliterate all it represents, if at all possible. So Philip is carrying, you notice he's always with that bag, whether he's trying to get rid of it or if he just is going somewhere, he's got that bag. And it's him carrying around his trauma, carrying around his guilt.
And people will do that.
The uncanny, and here's a quote, in reality, nothing new or alien, but something which is familiar and not, established in the mind and which has become alienated from it only through the process of repression. I know that's a lot, but there you go. And also, Freud describes the uncanny as the idea of being robbed of one's eyes, meaning that the return of the familiar is the regaining of sight. Philip's psychological journey after coming home, a return of its own, is a figurative return of sight. So as the film progresses, he starts to remember more and see more. And so I would think, even though I've spoiled a few things here, and I warned we were going to, that this would still make you want to see the movie and analyze it yourself, even though I've said there's 2 different views of how it really ended, and if Morris was there or if he was the one, he was there and he kidnapped the boy. However, that'll get you kind of engaged because you'll be trying to figure all this out, and it just makes the movie, because the movie is very slow. It's not snappy. You're things just kind of piece themselves in flashes. And I think that'll just probably, while you're thinking these other things, since I've mentioned them, you'll be kind of engaged. And it'll make the film that much more intense.
Yeah, it depends what kind of movies. You know, if you like that kind of movie.
Yeah,
Slow burn, you know.
I will ask customers, you know, do you like weird, dark, psychological? And they said, yeah, I like stuff that's just kind of freakishly dark. I'm like, okay, well then you better watch Possum. You know, it's the soundscape to the movie too. There's music, but a lot of it is just like tones and sounds. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, the actor that was in The Mask who recently passed away, Green, what's his name? He was in a movie called Clean Shaven. And the score was more of soundscapes. And also if you've seen Session 9, Climax Golden Twins score for Session 9 was a lot of soundscapes and weird shit. So the score too kind of is that fractured psyche thing going on.
He was in another movie, Todd. I don't know if you saw, called Laws of Gravity. Edie Falco. It might have been maybe one of her first movies. And there was another guy. It was a real low budget movie, but it was really good. I can't remember his first name though. That Green. He just died. He's in Pulp Fiction too.
Peter Green.
Peter Green.
Oh yeah.
Also, clean shaven, shaven, is very disturbing in almost in this kind of Possum vein. It's not as like, well, because let's face it, Possum is very British. It's just when the British go for humor or something really dark, it is just they go for it. Yeah, but also when I mentioned that Sean falls into the mud because he runs away and he falls into the mud. The weird thing was, because he gets away and he falls, and then he's looking for Possum, but then there's a flash forward to Possum in the barrel in water, and then it flashes back to him and he finds Possum. So there's little like things that are trying to mess with your head or subliminal. The other thing, let's see here. Morris is always goading him when Philip is always walking past that room in the house, and he's like going in and just always like goading him. Are you gonna go in that room? And of course, that room at the end of the film is where everything kind of comes to a head. Also, did you listen carefully when Philip says to Morris, why didn't you burn? Because he was upset with Morris. And you're like, what? And then you realize, you know, why wasn't it you? You find out about Philip's parents. Apparently they died in a fire in that room. And so that little things that you get ahead that you're probably thinking this movie's
and
a
how
mess.
did he kill Possum? Burn? Did he burn?
Well, that's the thing. Possum, even though he burned Possum wasn't really dead in his head until what happened at the very end.
Right.
Because at the end
and
of the
how
movie,
was he at the end? Was he burned or he was just
well, you saw the legs in the foreground from that would have related to the scene when he was stuffing it in the barrel when the uncle was burning stuff. So again, how you piece it together or how you interpret it all is, I know Matthew Holness said he's leaving it up to you. There's one of the moments where Philip comes back after he'd already tried getting rid of Possum, like in many different ways, and then there it is. And there's that TV that just will either be off or it'll be, because one time Philip's in the house and you're hearing static in the background somewhere, and then you hear the news report. He goes running upstairs and it's on the TV. It's like the TV has a life of its own as well.
Right. It's probably not even plugged in.
Also, at one point, Philip, when he hears about the boy, you know, kidnapping and all that on the news, Philip goes to all the locations he tried to ditch Possum. And you're like, is he looking for Possum? Is he looking for the boy or clues to what happened? Because the news report says he has been, the boy was spotted seen with a man wearing a beige jacket and stuff. And you're like, and there's a flashback to the train, and then you see Philip's wearing a beige jacket. So he's like what did were they thinking it was me, or was I really with the boy? And so they just keep messing with you, because then Philip goes back to all those locations, and when he comes back to the house, Morris says, "Did you find him?" And so is he talking about Possum, or is he talking about the boy?
I don't know, but that's a funny looking. They did a great job with that design.
Yeah, and Morris, after he says, "Did you find him?" Morris says, because he says that we burned it, we got rid of the puppet. This is after he comes back on all the locations, and Morris says, "Did you find him?" Is he talking about the boy? Is he talking about Possum? Because then Philip says, "Well, we burned him. We got rid of him." Then Morris just looks right at Philip and says, "You're confused. You're not well." So, yeah. And at the end, like he sees himself as Possum in the mirror. So some would say that it's possible Morris didn't exist, Possum didn't exist, because he sees himself, the fingers, the legs are Morris's fingers, the face is Philip. It's sort of him and all this shit that he keeps. Was it all real?
It's funny trying to explain these kind of movies.
I know. Well, listen, there is a guy on YouTube. I forget his name, but he's this bearded guy wearing a ski cap thing. He does a half-hour explanation of his feelings about Possum. And he brings up some of these things, and it's pretty thorough.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure if I would agree with some of the things he said, but again, you can't really poo-poo someone for their view. Although it's like Matthew Holness said, I kind of leave it for interpretation. So other than that, Matthew Holness, as some of you may realize, is the man behind, that's him, is the man behind Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, which was like a 6-episode, like, satire of an 80s horror shot on video show. And it's funny as hell. Now, if you watch the cartoon on Fox called Crepopolis, the king, who's the Matt Berry, the Minotaur's son, is voiced by the actor who played Dean Lerner in this, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, and also the host of Man to Man with Dean Lerner, which Matthew Holness has appeared on the show. And Matthew Holness also was in an episode of Matt Berry's Toast of London as the character Max Gland. So even the humor that Matthew Holness was involved with was rather surreal and sometimes dark. But so for those expecting a, Garth Marenghi thing, Possum has those elements, but in a more deadly, serious, really fucked up way. So
it has like that Serpent in the Rainbow or feeling.
Serpent in the Rainbow, I understand why people find it interesting, but I saw that movie when it first came out, and I was kind of like meh about it.
That's because you don't smoke, Todd.
Well, if you have to smoke in order to enjoy a movie, then the movie didn't do its job. But, it's like with Astral Plane Drifter. Some would say it's more fun to watch it high. But
I'm going to.
Yeah. I'm really stupid.
I just happened to be high too when I watched.
I should have had my Blu-ray of Astral Plane Drifter to show everybody. Again, everybody, there's still copies of Astral Plane Drifter available, astralplanedrifter.com. Mike is up for yet one more award on January 31st at the Film Threat Awards at the Frida Cinema in Los Angeles. He is up for the what the fuck category, which he has won. He has won in the past.
That's a great award to win.
Yeah, I mean,
well, Jason, you give me 1 second. I want to see if my Blu-ray is right over here. So you all talk amongst yourselves. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Jay's having a great time.
I mean, that would be number one on the resume from that point on. I've won the What the Fuck Award twice.
Yeah. That's a high thing, but then where do you go from there? You know what I mean? Like, you got to just keep going.
Jesus. I tripped over the fox.
Oh, man.
Yeah, speaking of, foxes play, like I said, play an important part in Possum because they also, the balloons, all the balloons. Balloons represent childhood and stuff as well, but I had a whole paragraph about what the black balloons represent, like heroin addiction.
Okay.
I didn't know if you ever knew this, but black balloons and in this movie, there's a lot of black balloons. And no, it's not references.
Depends on where they go, right?
Right. So, but anyway, here's the this is the green ray, actually, because of the green cover, and a plot reference, of course, because on the disc itself, you can't see it here, but instead of the typical you can. Instead of the Blu-ray symbol, it's a G in a pot leaf. Green ray. Yeah. And of course, if you get the green ray, you will get a true Mofo sticker.
Hell yeah.
Mofo is the mystic of the First Order. I am basically the one true Mofo. My character, the wise one, is, the basic Mofo. And so even though I'm briefly in the movie, my character is one of the most important characters in the movie. So this astralplanedrifter.com, scroll down to the stash section, get yourself a hat, t-shirt. There's a whole set of stickers you could get. And there's some like still photos you can get as well, but there are still some left. Get yours. It's $29.99, shipping included, and they are hand numbered by Mike, and mine's number 5 out of 250, and he autographed it. I had an employee last night, I'll say a coworker, brought his copy and had me autograph it, and another employee bought one. She's going to bring hers in and have me autograph it, and then I actually had 3 customers say, "Oh, we ordered your movie." So
nice.
Yeah, I'm
and Todd, you noticed Todd right away.
Oh yeah. So Jack, you haven't seen it yet, right? You haven't gotten yours yet.
Nah.
Okay. But Chris, yeah.
No.
And of course, Chris, you knew that was me coming out of the UFO, of course, right?
Right. Oh yeah, of course.
I'm so proud of that.
Oh, listen, I knew it was you right away in the beginning when it actually was. In the cloud.
No, that's
right?
what I do in the movie. I go, ah! So yeah,
I told you, my wife was like, "Wait, that's Todd."
Oh, good. I'm glad she recognized me. Well, the funny thing about that scream I did is, that was supposedly originally going to be the only thing I did in the movie. That was it. He said, "You're going to be a screamer," and I was like, "Okay." And I'm a screamer. No, I don't. I make noises, but I don't scream. Yeah, all you have to do is, like you say, watch that sassy movie I did. I don't scream. I'm very, very passionate. But so the thing is, he called me.
You just look right me.
After I was there, I drove the 40 miles up to Yucca Valley just to scream. And
sometimes you have to drive a long way just to scream,
Yeah, and well, here's the fun part too. It was
All the way
amazing.
up that valley.
And
I
Chris,
needed to scream into the void one time myself.
and you notice how you really didn't see the clothes I was wearing very well in that scream I did, but they go for details because I had the costumer there. She had a whole rack of clothing. She goes, "Oh, let's see this." Okay. So she tried different things on me and had me a specific thing to wear.
Sure.
And I think I'm not sure if I was wearing a hat, but I can't remember. But so I go into, by the way, all of Mike's interiors, the Chris, I don't know if I mentioned this, all of his interiors, Galaxicon's lair, and the scene where he's tripping out with the other mystic, the guy with the hat, stuff like that was all done in Mike's garage. Nice. So I go in the garage. There's a black screen behind me, and there's well, Mike did some directing of the film himself. Let's put it that way. But Jay Sloan was credited as the director. So director's there, Jay, Mike's there, other crew, and I just like, wow, this is a real movie set. And so they said, okay, kind of stand this way. Now put your hands out like this. Put your hands out, So we did 7 different takes of me screaming. Now at home before I went, I'm trying it in front of my mirror going, oh God, no one's going to believe me screaming. This is not, I can't scream worth a shit. So I get there, and for some reason when he goes, okay, action. And I let it out. And I was like, I surprised myself. And he goes, okay, good. Now turn a little this way, put your right hand, they had me do different positions, and had me scream as hard as I could for like 7 times. And so the one you saw in the movie was, I guess, their favorite, but I will kid you not, in less than 10 minutes after I did those 7 screams, my voice was gone. I couldn't speak.
I'll do it. Yeah.
For 3 days, I could not speak, and just from screaming. But I, do it for the art. And then Mike tells me, oh, by the way, he messaged me like the next day. He goes, oh, would you like to be the wise one? I was like, whatever the wise one is, I'll do it. Because all he had me do was scream. And I thought, if that's just me in the whole movie, everybody see this movie I'm in, and I'm just going, and then that's it. So I said, yeah, I'll do it, man. He goes, okay, well, you're going to be wearing a costume in that. And I was like, okay, whatever that is. And so this was a week before. So I drove up again the next weekend, made sure I got off work, and did my wise one scene, which I won't give away too much. But what's funny is also when you get the Green Ray, watch the slideshow. There's slides of stills from behind the scenes and to the music. And you'll see me in my outfit, but one of the photos is me as I tried on the outfit. There's me and Mike Caravella. Look at me there. Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
Silence.
My head is massive. My head noggin is just absolutely massive. There's another photo.
The hair. It's the hair.
No, my head is just huge. Because later, when you dig it out of all those celebrity photos I gave you, there's a photo with Michael Biehn, from the Terminator, and yeah, and I'm my head right next to Michael Biehn. It's like I could swallow his head. My head is okay. Yeah, that's Mike. What a cool guy. Oh, that is not him. That is porn star Christopher Weston.
Your head looks pretty big there too.
Well, his head's kind of about my size. That's Christopher Weston. A friend of mine every year has a Pride weekend get together, and then the next day or the previous weekend has a leather weekend, because there's leather Pride weekend in Palm Springs, So I go to his events, and there are all kinds of people there. And Christopher was there, and I said, I'm getting a picture with you. And there he is.
And there it is.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do this. Jason, I'm sorry. We're just like going off here. That is, he has two names. He is also a porn star from the 70s and early 80s.
Looks like Finn Wolfhard.
Well, that is a still from a movie called Centurions of Rome. And it was bankrolled on movie from money from a heist. So that's fun.
Wow.
Okay, well, go back to the previous one. I'm not done with him yet. Okay. And there's another photo of me with him, though. That is either Ed Wiley, that's one name he goes by, or Miles, M-Y-L-E-S, Miles Long. L-O-N-G-U-E. And yes, Miles Long. Let's just say there's a reason his name was Miles Long if he didn't go by Ed Wiley. Yes. Super guy though. He lived in later he lived in just a few miles up the road from me. So I knew him. And then the one you went to next was Miles Long. Wow, my beard looks good in that one. That is Michael Ironside. Scanners. Wow. And all the other, Michael Ironside.
Wow, he looks I didn't even recognize him there.
Well, he's a lot older now.
Yeah.
This was from a year
I guess
ago.
that happens. It's the goatee. I don't know. Yeah, a year ago.
He walks in with his
one
I'm
by one.
assuming it. Well, I assumed it was his wife he was with. He walks in and I say to him, I know who you are. And he goes, oh yeah, fuck off. Of course he was just being funny. And I appreciated that and laughed and we chatted. But here's what I did. Instead of going, oh my God, I remember you from Scanners. I remember you from, the obvious shit.
Yeah.
I brought up an incredible movie that you have to see called Knuckleball. And his eyes lit up and goes, oh, you know Knuckleball. And I was like, yeah. I said, that was so cool. You were in it with so-and-so who was
Miles
the main.
Long?
No, he was in a movie with the same actor from Knuckleball, Turbo Kid.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I
he
remember
said,
that.
oh yeah,
Oh,
we're
hell
doing
yeah.
a
That's great.
we're doing a sequel to Turbo Kid. And I'm like, wow. So we had a great chat. He's very sarcastic, but he was just so cool. I was really happy to get to see him. So as you can see, he's smiling there.
Yeah, he is.
We were laughing, and I'm there looking red as hell from my Scottish descent and my rosacea. But no, Michael Ironside, cool guy. What's the next one? Since we were going through them, that's Tom DeSimone, folks. If you've seen Reform School Girls, if you've seen Hell Night, if you've seen, was it Concrete Jungle? One of the women in prison movies. He's also directed TV episodes of some of your horror series, like I don't know, not the Nightmare on Elm Street series and stuff like that, but he's directed some episodes of that. He's directed other TV shows and pilots, but people know him from Reform School Girls mainly and Hell Night with Linda Blair. Yeah.
We all know that one.
I've been to his home twice. And I sometimes run into him out and about in like grocery shopping. But he is so cool. He is so nice. And yes, Tom DeSimone did direct some adult stuff in the 70s. And he joked with me. By the way, that photo that my t-shirt, the hippie dick t-shirt is based on, I showed him the actual photo. And he said, I wish I would have known you when I was doing those other films. Like, oh,
those other films.
That's a compliment, obviously, because
Yeah.
you know. So, but Tom is a really cool guy. So I was really happy to get to know him as well. Like I said, I've been to his house twice, and no, actually 3 times. And there's the one time he loaned me 2 movies. You know, one was one of the features from this way back when.
Yeah.
And for me to
One of his adult movies.
Yes, and I returned it to him and everything. But the other times
Did
I was
you rewind
just
it?
visiting him.
Did you rewind it before you returned it?
Well, it was on disc. So, as Eddie Deason said on the DVD for Assault of the Killer Bimbos, there's no rewind on DVD, bimbo. So, Tom DeSimone, wonderful guy. He's so great. And then what's the next one we got here? There's me with you know who.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah, Bill never came back. What was the deal?
Bill.
He was visiting us before the show, but then
I hope he's not waiting
Bill take a
backstage.
nap?
Bill, huh?
Man.
What? This was on the set of Psycho Ape 2, The Wrath of Kong. That was co-director Greg DeLiso's place. We were on set. So I got a few photos of me and Bill on the set, but that's the one I gave Chris to post. And then the next one is probably that's me and Bill.
Yeah, we
And
were
as you can
going to
see,
talk about that today. Matter of fact.
Yeah.
we are. Uh-oh. What do you know that I know?
We were going to if Bill was here.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
definitely.
We have a short series planned around those 2.
Well, that's the black screen that we shot against. And then, as you can see, like Greg's place on the other side of it. Yeah, that was as we were preparing the scene and before the strapping bit, because I was feeding him he fed me a piece of cheesecake and I fed him a piece of cheesecake. But I think what only wound up in the movie was me feeding him cheesecake, because then he says, cheesecake man. He did say cheesecake man, cheesecake, but for some reason they cut that short and he only says cheesecake man. And because Bill asked me, we were both going to say the line together, but then Bill said, "Oh, can I say it?" He actually asked me permission if he could say my famous line. And we were going to do it together. And I said, "Oh, no, yeah, that's fine. Do it." So I gave him a piece of cheesecake from my fork and he goes, "Cheesecake man." And then it blends into me smacking his ass with.
It's like passing the torch.
Yeah. And of course, I hate my gut in the movie. That's something I can't get rid of. I hate my gut. But there I am wearing my famous leather jacket. I've had that jacket since 1987. And he said, when we do the scene, because he didn't tell me everything, he just said, "Bring your leather gear." And I was like, okay. So I came with my leather jacket and I was wearing regular clothes when I showed up.
I'm sure there's a whole trunk of things that we can't show.
I did bring a box.
He just rode the bus in a big ass box wearing that.
Well, you've seen, I've had the box. I've showed you the box on this show.
The leather chap.
Yeah, I brought the chaps in case they wanted me to wear the chaps. But I've showed you the box on this show. I've had it out and lifted things out of it. So I had, collars and cuffs and straps and chains and stuff. And it's funny too, because we were doing, didn't know about this one. The box of stuff, like I already changed into that. And by the way, for those who know actress Heather Harlow, who's doing a lot of stuff lately, he helped me. I was in the bathroom and I put on the jocks thing, but the straps on the side go through these and loops, and I couldn't tighten it right enough. So Heather helped me tighten my jock. I was like,
Nice.
thank you, Heather Harlow. And and then after we did the cheesecake thing, well, actually we did the strapping. I can't remember. We did the cheesecake first, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. I'll have to ask Bill. But I said, do you want to try another bit? And Bill was like, let's do this. So I had to go outside to get my box of gear. It was sitting outside the door. And because Bill, we put a collar on Bill, and then we filmed a bit where I'm feeding him cheesecake and he's trying to bite it, but I'm yanking. Oh no, he's holding cheesecake and he's trying to eat it, but I'm pulling on the chain on his collar and he's like, and he can't eat the cheesecake. Hopefully that'll turn up in deleted scenes because they didn't use that. Well, see, here's the deal. They were trying to keep the movie at exactly 66 minutes. The joke was Psycho Ape was 64 minutes. Psycho Ape 2 more minutes, you know. So they couldn't include everything. So they cut things down. But I went outside to get the box of stuff. And now that leather jock, the straps don't go under the butt cheeks. The strap goes down the center of your ass crack. So I went outside the door.
I prefer mine hugging the cheek.
And I wasn't like with my butt facing the other people, but I went out there and I got squatted down and picked up the box. And Neil Jones for the Without Your Head podcast, Annabelle Lecter, Heather, and others were out there, and they saw me come out wearing this and picking up the box of stuff, which they could see, leather stuff protruding out of the box. And I remember it was Annabelle said, we were out there going, what are they doing in there? So that
I wonder what made us.
That would have been like one of those what the fuck moments when you're kind of like chilling and you just
oh,
what?
And I explained to Annabelle in particular later what we were doing in there, and she's like, "Oh," she goes, "Oh man, that's so funny because we saw you come out, and there you are in just that." But here's the funny part that you don't see in the photo because I cropped the photo. When you're shooting a scene, that's kind of what you want people to see, right there. Because I knew they weren't. I brought boots too. I brought 2 different pairs of boots, but I knew they weren't going to show the way they were shooting it. I knew they weren't going to show shoes in the scene. Speaking of shoes, so I was just wearing my socks and sandals. There is a photo of this, but you see that I'm wearing white socks and sandals, and of course, in the leather community, that would be called mixed media, meaning you're wearing like I remember I was in a bar once years ago and these guys were trying to be impressive. He was wearing, get this, a decorative like holiday sweater, but with a leather vest over it. No, it's like you don't wear full leather like that in tennis shoes even, right? Stuff like that. So one day, maybe Bill thinks it was funny. He thinks it's great. He says, "Oh, that's a great photo because of the socks and sandals." But I was like, no, I don't want people to see that. So, there's that. And fond memories of me and Bill eating cheesecake. So what do we got next here?
Great photo.
Oh, see, there's where my rosacea was in full bloom. Fucking hate that. I look better now because I'm using stuff, but it comes and goes. That is Shonen Knife, folks. I know you know who Shonen Knife is. Japanese punk band. Yeah. That was in Los Angeles, probably around this was around 2012, I believe. And Shonen Knife. And we were going to go see them recently. Oh, and did you notice the t-shirt I'm wearing? The Astron 6 film Father's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the t-shirt I'm wearing. They were really cool gals. They were really nice. And it's so fun seeing them up there on stage, shredding guitars and singing. But they were cool. So I got them to autograph my Shonen Knife CD as well. So We were going to go see them again last year, the friends I went with, but we didn't get the chance. So there's my good memories of Shonen Knife. And yeah, folks, check them out if you haven't. If you like good Japanese punk, and I don't mean like Dead Kennedy's punk, but punk nonetheless. They are so cool. And what is there? There were more, weren't there? Did you try? Okay, I was looking for your cursor. This is fun watching the cursor move around.
What's gonna happen here? Okay.
Okay.
That's a great one.
Look at those hot chicks. They look like supermodels, right?
Fuck yeah.
And they were, oh, there I am with the red face again. This was around 2012 as well. And I'm wearing my Jenna Torturers t-shirt, I think. No, I'm wearing their t-shirt. These are the Iron Maidens.
Oh,
it's an
yeah.
an
okay.
all-female Iron Maiden cover band.
I've watched this on YouTube.
Okay, they play regularly at a place in Indio, here in the Coachella Valley, called at one of the Native American casinos, a place called the Rock Garden. It's like an outdoor concert area in the middle of this big casino and hotel. And they perform there regularly. And they were really nice. They were funny. And of course, the one girl's giving the finger. I just now realized that. I'm doing the, the symbol, yeah, the Iron Maidens, the ones holding her guitar, actually. Wow. But look, those gals, despite how supermodel they look, they could shred. I mean, they sounded like Iron Maiden with vocals. Yeah. So that's the Iron Maidens. And yeah, you know what? I should have thought of that. I could have grabbed their t-shirt and wore that. I'll have to wear that another time. But yeah, me and the Iron Maidens. So that's all I have on them.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, that cursor has a life of its own. It keeps moving around.
Is that move? I'm not even doing that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, and don't you hate it when you can't find your cursor? You're moving your mouse around. It's like, where is it? It's somewhere hidden off screen.
Might be a ghost in there.
Oh yeah, when it goes like above,
it goes off somewhere, and you're like, wait a minute, and you're trying to. Yeah, I did a video called Cursed Cursor that we'll have to show sometime. That was pretty clever, of a cursor attacking my face. Yes,
definitely have to show that.
It's still well. That one's not mature listed either, so you can find that one on Vimeo sometime. Yeah. So I guess your cursor. Oh, there it is.
Is it moving?
Nope. Yeah, it was on her face. Nope. There it is. Okay. All right, everybody. Even if you were too young to watch the show, you've seen Land of the Lost. Okay. So that is Wesley Ure, who played the heartthrob boy in it. And one day he came by and I was like, and his friend said, I don't know why, he was with some guy, and the guy said, that's Wesley Ure. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. Because, when these celebrities come up to you, you never expect that you're going to meet them. So it doesn't hit you at first. Like when I met Goldie Hawn, she's talking to me and standing right next to me, and I didn't know it was her because she's aged and she's had work done. But she was so cool, and I couldn't believe it. So here's Wesley Ure. So what I did was, he was going to be in there a while. So since I'm a 10-minute walk from home, I ran home and got this sci-fi British magazine called Infinity, because it was a recent issue, and there was a whole article on Land of the Lost and an interview with him. So I brought it, and when he was coming back out, I said, look what I got. And he goes, oh my God, I haven't even seen that yet. Because he did the interview and never saw the magazine. So also, if you look carefully where his left hand is, that's the father character. Wesley signed that page for me. And then what he did
Nice.
is he starts belting out the theme song for Land of the Lost, and I joined in. So there are people around looking at us like we're crazy, because if they weren't familiar with Land of the Lost, especially, there we are just singing the song in the lobby. And he comes into town sometimes because he does like plays, or like he had a one-man show and stuff. So that's Wesley Ure. He's a cool guy, friendly, and it was great meeting him. So
Nice.
Yes. Well, that's the
Mike
one with me
again.
and Mike. That's
wait,
Christoph. There were others.
Let's see.
There had to have been others, I thought, because I think I gave you one of me, and yeah, there are. I thought I gave you the ones that are me, and yeah, there they go. Yeah, start at the top. You may have to enlarge that a little bit. Does
They just
anyone?
didn't make it into the group for some reason.
Oh, it's in that group page thing. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody remember?
When he was...
Oh, I see. Does anybody remember the song "The Future's So Bright"? Gotta wear shades.
Yes.
And also the soundtrack for Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. That group there is Timbuk 3. And that's me, of course, standing next to the gal. And look at that hair. Oh, my God. Anyway, so they came to St. Louis twice to play
you're
at
not
Cicero.
the one on the bar.
I was just going to say that, Jack. If it wasn't for the beard, it would be.
What?
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, I
that
thought
side.
it was on the bar end.
No, that's the gal. I'm the one next to her.
No, he meant the other side.
Oh, yeah, right. So, Cicero's is kind of.
I thought your rosacea was coming out. I mean,
No, look at that. That's when my face didn't have rosacea. That was from 1990. We're talking maybe around 1992, 1993.
The grunge era.
Yeah, well, Cicero's is a famous basement bar and performance place. It's a little stage. And so Timbuk 3 came to St. Louis on 2 different occasions to perform. And so I was with KDHX at the time. So I got to go to all these venues for free if I wanted. And so I would get pictures with them. They autographed a couple different CDs I brought. And here's the best part. They have a song on one of their early albums called Standard White Jesus. So for me, they introduced it because I was standing off to the side. They go, "This is a song for our friend over here." And they gestured at me, and then they sang Standard White Jesus because I look like, Jesus. So I was really proud of that because they weren't going to perform this song. It wasn't their list of songs, but they knew it all. They knew, to just play it on the fly like that was just so wonderful. And I wish I had it on video. Yeah. So Timbuk 3, folks, they're still around and about. Buy their albums. Their music is timeless. It's great. And they have a VHS too of all their music videos. All right. Some of you aren't going to know who this is, obviously. She is a famous movie star, Broadway performer.
Dr.
Her
Ruth.
name is
No.
no, Kay Ballard. If you've seen, was it My Mother the Car or the old series, and she was in a movie called The Ritz, which is very famous. But she's ultra famous for especially people of my age, and she would always come in and she would see me and go, "Hey, cutie," and she was a sassy gal too. She because I remember she was in a movie. Robbie Benson did a movie called, was it Modern Romance, with his wife Carla DeVito, the singer, and Kay Ballard was in it and played a receptionist and had the foulest mouth in that movie. And so I adored her. She was so nice and sassy. And like I said, she always said, "Hey, cutie." So there's Kay Ballard. I love her. And I hate how
that's the
photo
thing
is
with
hazy.
Bill's wife, Dolores.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Bill's wife, Dolores, right? We keep writing roles because we want to see her just go off on somebody. And when Bill keeps cleaning them up. Like,
in Special Needs Revolt, I think she said she forgot she had a line in that movie, and she was pretty sassy. So I love gals like that.
That's where I got the idea from.
They'll cuss and they'll just like, yeah, fine, fuck you, It's like Kay Ballard was just adorable, and sadly, she's no longer with us. But she was a big believer in animal rescue as well. She was very big into that. So I love her. And then what's our next one? 'Cause there are just a few more. There's Michael Biehn. Look at my fucking red face in that. If anybody has Photoshop and can make my face look normal, I would appreciate it, because I look like I was out.
Rogers.
Well, I look like I was out in the sun too for like 20 hours. That was also 2012.
Willie Nelson.
What it was?
Yeah, you look kind of like Willie Nelson.
Me and some friends went up to LA for a midnight screening of the Divide, that from that French director, the one about the end of the world and the people were down in a bomb shelter in a basement of a high rise, and Michael Biehn was the main star, and of course you remember him from the Terminator and other movies, and he was super nice as well. He was really nice, and I appreciate that. A lot of these celebrities, there are some celebrities who are douchebags, but luckily the ones I've met have been really, really, really nice. So memories.
Cameron Diaz. That did.
Yeah. So, wow, we did our usual almost 3 hours.
Yeah, we went back pretty fast.
Yeah, it's like I said, I have such a good time, and it amazes me because I check the clock, and what do you got here? What's coming up? Oh no, there's no volume.
Uh-oh.
What? That was, well, I know what that
Who was that guy?
There's still no volume.
Hold on.
Do we know that guy?
We'll straight.
By the way, that shot outside my front door.
I'll get it straightened out. Hold on.
Okay.
You see that?
I didn't know you had that footage. Did Johnny give you that? He's not telling.
What footage?
Was that your
that was my footage for the Ghost Rider. Yeah. Wow. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it.
Okay.
It's where I'm sharing it. That's why.
Okay. So I guess Johnny gave you that footage, because I don't recall giving you that footage. Because I didn't know. See, with some filmmakers.
Yeah, he says we can't be fucking funny in that shit either. He wants that shit
this was serious. I tried to be serious. I don't know if people think I'm being funny, but I was as serious as I could be in that scene. But I know filmmakers who were like,
no, he told me that. Because.
Well, he basically, there are filmmakers who will say, like Mike, any of the stills I took from behind the scenes of Astral Plane Drifter, Mike was like, don't share any of these photos. Don't, let this stuff out. So I didn't. What was that? I'll say that sounded like a cat. But
that's my cat.
Yeah,
chilling.
Well, that footage of me there was, of course, from the Ghost Rider. I would say it'd be fun to show the footage of me from Killer Cox, but Johnny, hey. God damn it, hey,
hey,
wow,
surprise.
Wow. I'm like starstruck because here's Johnny after seeing all these photos and messaging back and forth. Oh, look at that Killer Cox. I love it. Yeah, I knew we were gonna try to get you on, but here you I'm hearing your voice and I'm just like, goodness.
Well, I love you all. I just want to say sorry for being late. It's been a rough fucking week.
No, that's okay.
Nothing ever be sorry for.
No, and it's so good to have you here, man. Wow.
Hey, I've been wanting to join you guys since you asked, so thank you for bearing with me. Chris has been helping behind the scenes to get me in here real quick because I was like, hey, stall him. Is there time? So
because we were almost gonna sign off because usually when it gets to around 3 hours, I'm worried that I'm like holding everybody up because I could go on for days, that. But no, glad to have you here. So we'll spend time. It's this is great. It's for me. See, for me, it's only 1:55 p.m. So for me, it's just early afternoon. I got the whole day, and I know for you guys, it's much later. So
I have a cat trying to come in the studio.
Well, no, if any animals, look, Jason always has cats coming in. And
Hold on, come on, Bella. Bella can come in then.
I love cats and cats, dogs, whatever. Get those animals, and of course, Jack has his birds.
Yep, come here, baby. Only a couple are allowed in my music studio.
Ooh.
There's Bella.
Hello.
Oh.
And I'm Bella. I'm a sweet little girl named after Bella Lugosi.
Oh, with 2 L's.
I just want to hug her and squeeze her and call her George.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. So how is everybody doing?
Good, John. How you doing? All right.
I'm pretty good.
Doing better. It's like, I don't know if you were, I guess you didn't see the beginning of the show. I was talking about what a crazy night it was at work last night because people were just like confrontational and edgy, and it was weird. And the whole week has been weird. And we know out there in the world right now how crazy it is. So, it's good this is a good escape. This is, I'm happy.
Everybody's smile is worth it because even though I still feel kind of weak and all that because we were sick for a couple of days, and then I had the altercation I told you about with the one jackass, and now I just went out and I snow blowed a half a foot of fucking snow while sweating my balls off, feeling like shit. So,
well, I wish I had
about to do that myself. So
I wish I had a current photo of how it looks here because it's sunny and it is. What's the temperature now? The temperature is 75.
Nice.
But I miss snow. I really do miss, being snuggled in, hot chocolate, and
it's easy to say when it's
especially when it's like late at night or early morning, and the white of the snow kind of is the light. And it's just, I used to love walking down. Well, now there's fucking subdivisions all over where I grew up, but at night it was lots of woods and the road going down our street and just the light of the snow and the dark and crunching walking down the middle of the road. Oh, those were days. But here I got sun.
You poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wish we
like
had
right
some
now.
sun over here right now.
Like I had told the others it was 85 here for a couple days last week, and people are in the pool. Like right now.
I don't know how you survive that, Todd.
Oh, I know it's awful, but I like at night when it gets a little colder, like when it gets down into the 50s here at night. I could just go outside and sit in the jacuzzi and go. Now, if only I had money.
I think we all say that.
I know, but it's a thought that it's my. And some would say, like Bill said last week, Todd, how do you have all those movies? You don't have any. It's like, and how did I get this tourist trap? But once in a while, I'll have a few extra bucks, and I don't. Who keeps messaging me? Jack, what did you send me? Jack has sent. Oh, Jack sent. Oh, it's in the group chat.
I sent it to.
I see. Okay, I get it. I thought it was.
I think I have my aunt pounding for me, so she needs to talk to me or something.
Oh, Well,
I have to get going in a
Jason,
minute.
it's you can pop in any show anytime. It's we just like Bill.
Actually,
and
go ahead and maybe just
turn
put
up.
me on. Go ahead and put me in the back for a little bit, and I'll try to be back on here in a few.
Yeah, it's no problem. Jack.
Okay. There we go.
All right.
You got it, buddy.
But no, this is I lost what I was talking about.
Snow and money and movies.
No,
Yes, no money.
in the movies. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah,
Shovel
the
on.
movie thing. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't drink. Oh, there's my. Okay, he's always trying
You know what
to.
that is, Johnny?
What's that?
That's Todd's small movie collection.
Oh yeah, I've seen it
Oh,
in other videos.
Yeah.
That's. Oh, that's right. Johnny's seen some of my videos. Oh my God, now
Yeah.
I'm really embarrassed. 'cause,
Everybody knows
people
you,
have,
Todd. There's no
people
hiding
have
it.
seen me naked. People.
Yeah, don't feel bad.
And he actually has that
we all
banana
collect
in
our
his
stuff.
apartment.
Although my name was not Miles Long. Okay, that was my friend. Well, his friend was.
It was
Or Ed
taken that
Wiley
way.
was his other name. Actually, his real name was Daniel. But no, I did. I'm just Todd Jaeger.
His
for
name
that.
was Rod
But,
Steele.
yeah, I don't. I wasn't one of those ones that would pick a name like Chase Strong or this. Those obvious names that are just like I don't believe that at all. But Ed Wiley. I'm curious. I never asked him why Ed Wiley when his name was Daniel something else. But Miles Long, of course, was a little pun. There's another pun. God, Jesus, God, I step into
Never
those
ends.
so easily.
Yeah.
But no, Daniel, Ed Wiley, Miles Long, he was a cool guy. I actually, off camera, I think I showed it once on Neil's show. He gave me a CD rack, actually 2 different CD racks, and I still have those. So my gift, a gift to me from a porn star. How nice. But anyway, back to the money thing. I don't really.
And you don't have to pay child support on.
No, I
that's
don't.
right.
I don't have kids. Fucking don't want kids after I see the way they're behaving lately. Because last week, outside of work, some kids, just to be
they're
funny,
dumb,
because
yeah.
they had their cameras ready, jumped a kid and beat him up so they could put it on TikTok. And
Hey, guys,
there he is.
back for a few more minutes. Then
All
I
right.
gotta-
Well, good. No worries. And I don't drink because alcohol. You give me half a glass of wine, I'm looking to rest my legs on somebody's shoulders. And it's just basically up and taking a moment to settle in. Oh, alcohol I never got really into alcohol. It just, give me a soda instead. I don't do recreational drugs because they hinder my creativity.
The quality.
And so I don't go out and really party and stuff. So basically, if I have any money to spend for fun, it's going to be on movies. And actually, that photo you showed, Chris, which, by the way, you need to send me that lighter, that better version of the photo.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
That is only a portion. That is my front hallway. There's another room.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a few. There's probably a hidden room too.
And the sad thing is the only reason I wish I had a bigger place or like my own house, but can't afford the upkeep and the maintenance and the the taxes. My shelves are double. In that photo, you can see the movies are right out to the edge. That's because of what you're looking at. Imagine all of that behind that.
Yep.
Double road. Yeah. So that's that.
Johnny's gonna come over and build you all new shelves.
Well, you've been watching that, have you?
I don't know where you would in here because everything is shelving. It's records, books, CDs,
all right.
movies, knickknacks.
We'll turn your bed into a shelf.
That would be interesting. We could raise it high off the ground, have shelves underneath,
Right.
and I'll climb up a ladder. And
I just turned a closet into all shelf.
Well, they make these like
I got lots of shows.
Hang on. There. Nope, I didn't get it. Since the temperatures are warmer here, sometimes tiny
rubbing
little,
it in. Look, yeah. The temperatures
sometimes
are so
tiny
warm.
little. I don't know if that was like a gnat or something.
I have
By
a
the
robe.
way,
I have a robe and 3 pair of socks on, and he's complaining about how bad it is over there.
folks, I'm going to remind viewers so that I can put it in their head, and they'll.
It's so
and I'm
warm,
just
the
going to
bugs are
laugh.
coming back out.
This is the only thing I'm wearing. The only thing. Well, except maybe socks because it's a little cool in here, and glasses. But no. Now I've got it in people's heads. You know, when you say stuff like this, people picture something immediately, and then they go, "Why'd you make me do that?" Well, that's your own fault, kids. But yeah, this is it. Oh,
Later
my
on, we'll take
Johnny.
the shirt off on Todd After Dark.
Johnny, you know what this is, don't you?
That's on our Patreon.
I can barely see right now.
Oh, it's Large Marge. And there's
Oh, yeah,
Piggy
yeah.
Herman in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm proud of that one.
So what are you doing tonight, Johnny? What do you have lined up?
I have to stay up all night because I go back to work tomorrow on nights. So I've been editing more Curse of the Ghost Rider. Plus, I've been doing a secret short that I can't talk about yet. But that's a little weird project. But
that's good.
Spending some time at home the last couple of days hasn't exactly been pleasant, though. You know, I've been basically off a week. I took 2 days off after my days off. So there's 2 conventions I can't go to, but whatever.
Are you past your illness, or you just kind of
We're
like
eating again.
residual?
We're just weak. You know what I mean? We just have that kind of still kind of not 100%. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know that feeling. I had a cold every year, and it's not psychosomatic. It just happens every year. I've got some kind of illness every New Year's. It'll start like right after Christmas or right before New Year's, and I'll be sick over New Year's. And this time I did have a cold, and it lasted about a week and a half. And thankfully I'm been okay otherwise. But I know how that is.
It's been a rough start this year. I mean, we whacked a deer with the car earlier in the month, and we can't get it into the shop until the 16th, but thankfully it's drivable. But I'm like 8 minutes from work, so that's pretty much all I've been doing with it, because when we get our rental, it's only for 30 days, and who knows how long it'll be in the shop. We have to go basically an hour away to the garage. And then I just got booked in Syracuse for a convention guest spot. So hopefully everything's all right by then. Otherwise, I'll be borrowing another car, because we're not missing that, because I'm under contract for that event.
Oh my
I
God.
hope everything works out, John.
It'll be fine. I've been through worse. You know, it's funny. When I had nothing, you know, stuff would go wrong, but it was never like noticeable things like that. But now that you're in the real world and semi-responsible, there are no minor mistakes. They're all something that's like catastrophic.
Always.
Why is it is all these evil people we see out there are just fine,
right?
And we have to go through all this shit. And I don't want people to say, well, it's God's plan, or, you know, it's to help you learn. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I just want, give me some money and a vacation somewhere. Scotland.
Yeah, we got to pick the Scotland, man.
Yeah, give me to Scotland. At least the deer was okay. Because I'm really jealous, because I remember when Kate Bush, I can't believe it's almost been 10 years, when Kate Bush had that month-long concert. She did her concert every night for a month in England. And I know 2 people who flew from New Zealand to England, and it was for the last night she had her concert, and they saw her show. And I was like, where do you people, you know, where are these people got it? I'm just going to fly to England from New Zealand. It's just, I guess some people are just, you know, they've been lucky. They've been fortunate, and I don't begrudge them that.
Your day will come, Todd.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it better? I'm going to say it. God damn it. It better. It just better. I deserve, I just like, you know, I can watch I miss
Doesn't she
having
melt your heart?
Yes. Yes. And
she's not playing with the action figures or nothing. She's just getting comfy and looking around. She's not messing with the instruments. She's just being a good little girl.
I miss having cats. Between when I lived with a friend, like at one time we had 9 cats, because then when his friend moved in, he brought his cat. So I love cats. The last cat I had passed away in 2011, and after that, I swore no more pets. And that is because I've been through enough that each time they pass away, it's hard to deal with. And
I'm dealing with one right now with my cat Tigress. She hasn't been feeling good. One reason
it's
up there.
I've known people who died, and I've like, oh, I'm sad my friend died. But when my cats have died, I was destroyed. And
we had to go through that last year right after we came back from Boston for the day on Our Man Funk. My buddy Bader, my little disabled tripod that we rescued from fucking abuse, you know, he got a tumor and we had to go through it with him. We still have 4 cats now, but we started with 6 just a couple years ago. And it's like you said, we say we don't want any more, but at the same time, I'll see one outside and they're fucking freezing cold or something, or one that's abused and I can't help myself.
Yeah. No, for me though too, and not, I don't want to sound selfish, but for me, it's like now that I'm getting to be able to do more things, and people are asking me like, hey, would you be in this movie and stuff like that? I kind of want to be able to not have to like plan a lot as far as like, well, I got to be back here. I got to do this. So, and again, too, I'm at a certain age, folks, and I kind of want to, as I said, make the rest of my life my own party, but also meaning I want to feel free to do stuff. I want to be like Bill. I pray to the goddess that I can get to be his age, because I'm like, Bill's 85. I'm 62. That's still a long ways to Bill's age. I hope I can get to do the stuff he's doing and having the fun he's having. And yeah, it's about time we make me famous, folks. Whether it's for porn or just, I want to have fun. It's not about being known and being famous. I just have been enjoyed when people have said, hey, would you be in this and do this? And even if I'm like Psycho 8, just 20 seconds and all that, it's so much fun. I'm having a blast. And so that's with Our Man Funk. I don't know. I know they've wrapped shooting, but apparently there's still a bit of post-production going, because I was told my voice is going to be in the movie and they haven't asked me to record my bit yet. So I'm hoping I still will be in the movie.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten a trailer yet. So
you haven't? Okay. Well then, I'm not trying to pester. I'm just saying.
My buddy Brian Northrup's one of the producers on it, and he kind of keeps me informed. It's just a lot of it's AJ and them always being busy. So a lot of that's them doing stuff. Yeah.
Well, AJ has, and I hope we can get, and I told Bill, I said, I hope AJ will turn up on this show at some point and talk about things, because AJ is a regular on Neil's show,
right?
Without Your Head podcast. He's like a fixture regular along with Tara and Troy. They are on the show all the time. So I know he's busy with that. He's busy with his other things. But I just hope AJ will find it in his heart and in time to turn up here just to say what's going on with all these things too. Because, I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to steal anybody away or bogart people. Of course, I am not competition. Come on. Or this show is not really competition against the others. There's time for everybody and stuff. But yeah, I'd like anybody who wants to just, pop in, hang out, have fun. Like Jason, I'm like, yay, I'm so glad you're here today. And wow, Johnny popping in. Bill was on video with us before the show started. And I thought he was going to come back, but he, I guess, got busy. So no, it just amazes me. And I'm not trying to be self-deprecating here, but it just amazes me that, like I said, today we've been on for 3 hours and we're having a blast and just time flies. And I'm just amazed that people want to hang out. So, you know,
Quality
now's where
time.
you compliment
Quality
me.
time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Hell
No,
yeah.
but you're great. This is very important, Chris. This is for you. I mentioned it last week, and I have it here. Based on Lucio Fulci. Fuck that up.
Start over.
Fulci's The Psychic, or 7 Notes in Black, a Bollywood version called 100 Days.
That's awesome.
And yeah, there are musical numbers, but this is Lucio Fulci's The Psychic done.
That's crazy.
Bollywood. Yeah.
Does it have that song? The song that famous?
Oh, you know, my mind is
Some kind of version of it, you know.
yeah. So I have this out because I was planning on, after going through the extras on Tourist Trap, before I dive into my 100 awesome cheesy movies, Crown International movies.
That's one hell of a dive.
Be jealous, folks. I got 100 awesomely cheesy movies, all the Crown International crap. Before I die, I'm going to give this another watch. But here's the thing. I don't know if the time is not listed on here, but we all know how long Bollywood films are. I'll have to ask Nagu if it's any good. Okay. All right. But this one, like I said, there's some things I honestly can't recall how long this is, but I'm sure it is quite long. Maybe I'm looking on the DVD here. No, it says subtitles English, French, German, Italian, Spanish. Oh, you know how they spell Italian on this disc? Italien. Italian.
Italian.
And Portuguese, but it doesn't give the. You know what? I should have just looked it up on IMDb, and it would have the time. But anyway, Bollywood movies last several days, and
that's a good one.
100 days. So, folks, if you're curious, look for it. Probably on eBay. Oh, that's where I got this one. Oh, Chris is off hunting something. But yeah, if you like Lucio Fulci's The Psychic and you want musical renditions.
Nice. I had a nice compliment the other day. I was sharing a clip from Curse of the Ghost Rider, and I'm very meticulous with my scoring. And I try to tell people my main influences with soundtracks are Carpenter, Fulci, and Lynch. And they actually said they could hear remnants of Fulci scoring in the clip I sent them without it sounding like a ripoff. So that made my day. So
who is your absolute? This is one thing I love to ask people. People have numerous favorites, but offhand, who would be like your favorite score composer? And because some will say John Williams, some will say Jerry Goldsmith.
No, it's probably more Belafonte, the one who does it for fucking David Lynch for like Twin Peaks and everything.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't say his name either. So.
It's like Cronenberg always uses Howard Shore.
But I like Carpenter a lot too.
I love all those, but here's the thing. For me, it's got to be Pino Donaggio.
Nice.
Tourist Trap, by the way.
I love that movie too, so I agree with you there.
Tourist Trap is one of my all-time favorite scores. I listen to it often, but I gotta say, oh, here we go. Oh, I know what he's looking at. Oh, I know. Yeah.
I definitely do a lot of weird ass music in my film.
That's so cool. That before you popped in, he had the image of me from my scene.
Yeah, I sent it to him.
Yeah, the video. Oh, you did. So I didn't know if you were like cool with him showing that because
I sent it to him. I sent him two clips. I wasn't sure if you could show the other because there's gore in it, but it was going to be the first ever, like, thing where, it was an exclusive. But I don't want you to get in trouble with your channel.
No, if it's gory, I'm sure it's going to be fine, because YouTube has only had him blocked.
I mean, if you want to see it, he can run it. It's just for us. Nobody else is going to see it but your viewers. And I'm very proud of it.
Yeah,
it's
Russia's
fucking
the
insane.
only one they complained.
So, Chris, if you want to bring that up and show my scene, because Johnny, do you think I played it serious enough? I tried to be serious. And
you were you, though. It was genuine. I won't say it was over serious, but it was a dramatic scene. It wasn't bad at all. I mean, I liked it and I was happy. I didn't have you redo it.
Okay.
I was watching it. I was watching it again the other day, and I was thinking maybe we would go back and do something even better for you for it. And
if you want, I'm fine.
Because this other scene goes kind of with your scene, but your scene was a news clip about it.
Yeah.
In the editing process, I'd rather have you do something more you. You know what I mean? Like, that was good, but it was a very long monologue. I felt bad for you.
Well, it's fine. No. Hey, you haven't seen the show where we showed a clip of one of the scenes I did for Essence, and I had to memorize like huge paragraphs for that, and this was nothing. See, there's no.
I thought about
audio.
Asking if you wanted me to just use your cookie song on the fucking computer monitor, because that's an awesome fucking clip of you.
Well, what I did is I recreated my actual TikTok video. Have you seen the original video, right?
No, but you showed me the other one. So
okay, Chris, here's what we're gonna do.
I gotta let Bella out while I'm watching.
Okay, Chris, if you can find the audio for this and the gore scene, and if you could bring up the original for Fancy Crackers in My Pants, that would be fun. What I did was I just, as a funny da-da-da-da-da-da after my scene, I just did my Fancy Crackers thing. But there isn't an actual original video of me doing that song. It's on TikTok, apparently.
The beautiful thing about this situation is it's our damn movie. We can do whatever we want until it's released, and anything that was used and doesn't get used can be used in bonus features. So,
but I will say this. Well, I figured you would throw the crackers thing in there, but even when I'm dead serious in real life, it comes off like that. So whenever I do a movie scene, it's basically, I don't method act. I'm just me in whatever that role is. Todd as a killer, Todd as a witness, that's how it's going to be. And so
that's what I ask for people to do. Be yourself, make it yours.
I just didn't know that coming across as myself doing that dialogue seemed authentic enough.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, while editing all this, I have to make hard decisions here and there. Like with other people that have been in the movie, there's certain scenes that I had way early on when I started that aren't going to be in it because the tone has changed drastically for the better in some ways. So as I reshape it, I just find other things for them to do so that they're still included, yourself included. Because I don't believe in eliminating somebody just because I have to eliminate a scene.
Well, even if you need just a voice, or even if you need me to do something else, I'm happy to do it because it's fun, and I get to tell people, oh, look at I did that.
I'm happy to have you that and in Killer Cox, and that one I absolutely love. I love your clip in there. Don't complain it's short. There's a whole bunch of short montages that are just as important. So
briefly, and I rewatched because I still have my Killer Cox scene on my phone because I show it to people sometimes just to go look at this, and they just love it, but. You can barely see it, but you'll see like that happen. Ring lights kind of hit the lens a little bit. And I thought, oh, you're not going to want that in your movie, but you seem to like that was like my first take anyway. So if you needed it done better, I can always do it again. But
that's a less serious tone movie anyways. There is a tie-in with our other movie, like they are the shared universe, but they're completely different vibes.
Oh, I knew that was going to be a wackier vibe. But the thing is, and I didn't realize, I never thought about the fact that you're saying it's set in Texas. And you said be hysterical. I don't know why but I just came out with that Southern drawl, like a redneck. It just came out that way when I did it. And then I looked at it and went, oh my God, I did a redneck there. And I didn't even think about it. It just happened. So I guess that makes me a good actor.
There you go. You pulled from deep within.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to get going.
Okay. So well, thanks.
A little bit, but I want to mention I do want to put a film together in the springtime if possible. I tried to talk to Harley Wallen about directing it. However, he's busy this year and possibly next year. He has a bunch of projects lined up. So I might try to get like some kind of GoFundMe thing going, or just do some kind of brainstorming on my page that I made for it. Fathers is going to be released pretty soon, hopefully. That one was directed by Harley. I just joined a new movie as a co-producer, Veil of Silence. It's like a medical thriller, so I'm excited to see where that goes. And I just literally joined it this week, so
nice.
I with you guys possibly next week on Sunday. I hope you guys have a nice evening.
Well, you pop in anytime you want.
Hell yeah. We'll have a party again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Okay. Yeah, Jason, please come back because you're like so fucking cool.
I like being here, man. I like it. Plus, it reminds me of something like on the riff. So
beard. We like beard.
In the beard. All right, you guys, take it easy. All right.
Thanks, man. All right. No, I feel bad because I've been dying to try to claim one more shift this month or whatever at work because I need one more shift to kind of stay afloat. And there just haven't been any available, and everyone tries to grab it. But somebody texted me and said, hey, can you cover my shift on da-da-da? And I said, yeah, but this was like 12 hours ago. And he says, can you claim it on the thing? And I was like, oh shit, all these hours later, maybe somebody else got it, but it was still there for me to claim. So,
oh, nice.
Let's see here. I can't. Okay, let's see here. Claiming a shift. But I agree. Good job. Okay. Oh, it says sorry, no longer available, but I think it's because I already claimed it. What I'll do is I'll call work after the show and go, hey, check the thing. Did I actually get that shift? Yeah. Sorry, folks. I'm doing that because I was in panic mode. I needed that shift, and I thought, oh God, is it still there? So doing that while I'm on the show, that's just rude. But anyhow,
after the show, don't you guys disappear, because I had my idea, and it's kind of like our original idea, what we were going to do for you guys in the movie, and we can promote your podcast in the scene. So hold that note. It's better than doing the other scene. It's better for you. It's better for Jack. Chris can't be in it because he's already seen on fucking film.
Whatever you want to do. Is Chris? I mean, Chris is obviously
he's in the movie briefly.
Well, but he's also running the tech right now, even though he's not on screen. I'm hoping he's trying to locate those videos.
I hope he finds the one I sent you. I don't really give exclusives out, especially the special effects ones and shit that are like just published. I had a longer version of it, but I was rewatching it, and while I was tweaking it, I fucked up my audio in the one spot, so I have to go back and fix just this one sync. But otherwise, it was I'm so happy. I like being excited watching footage from this movie, because it's not just stuff that I filmed; it's stuff all of you have filmed as well, and so it's like this thing. It's like playing with toys with your friends, even though it's my sandbox. It's sharing this passion, and so watching this, I'm excited like I'm watching somebody else's movie at times. Does that make sense? Well, I'm not like ego about it. I'm excited. It's beautiful.
Well, even when I haven't made a video recently for my Vimeo thing. I haven't done one recently, but when I make one, even if, I rewatch it and go, wow, I can't believe I did this. And even if not a lot of people wind up seeing it, but when I did that short film, This Is How, you probably haven't seen that one yet. But when Dark Side Releasing out of Canada contacted me because Martin W. Payne, a British actor who I know, is in my short. And so Dark Side said, when we release another Martin W. Payne movie sometime in the coming year, which was now almost 2 years ago, we want to put your short film as an extra on the Blu-ray. And I was like, oh my God, yes, please. And you can have it for free. And
that's exciting.
So just, you know, when Jason Impey, I-M-P-E-Y, is that Impey? I don't know. Sorry, Jason, I'll get it right one day. But when he sent me stills of my short on his TV in England, I was like, wow. So, you know, just knowing that that happened is really cool to me. And I can't, you know, and I'll rewatch my short and go, wow, this was on a Blu-ray and I got a star in it. It's just cool. Where, so Chris, are we waiting on Chris to find those videos or get the audio? Because I remember he kept trying to play my scene and just couldn't get the audio. So, and sometimes to know that when you send videos through Messenger, sometimes like when one guy keeps sending me videos, there's no audio and he has to go back and try to get it sent back to me with the audio intact. I don't know. Well, Chris will let us know, I guess, at some point here. But that's weird. That's life, though, I guess. But so otherwise, too, I was going to show you this. This is my special box of Italian soundtracks.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
And it may not seem like a lot compared to some collectors, but these are all like Gialli and you know, like the Italian horror movies. Was it Contamination and the Visitor? And oh, here's one that I know people are going to be thrilled about is Tenebrae, Dario Argento's movie. And was it Goblin? Well, Simonetti, Morante, and Pignatelli. That's basically Goblin. So, wait a minute. I got a message, or I don't know if it's part of our chat. It says Christopher messaged. Okay. All right. So Chris is he's got to get some things done. So it looks like we are wrapping up. And he says, tell Johnny. Oh, fuck. No, that's Michael. That's Michael St. Michael's who sent me a message. I'm looking for. Okay. Tell Johnny we'll start the next show with the clip.
Save the clip for another time. I can join that.
Well, it says StreamYard only lets you play MP4s. I have to convert it.
Well, just tell him to save it for another time.
Yeah, so he's working on some shit, and then I think he also said he's gonna. Oh wow, my face was too close to the mic. Yeah. But
that's okay. I'm starting to get weak again, anyways. Whew.
Yeah, well, he's got to go out and do his snow shoveling, and I've got to fix lunch, and then
just have him save that for another appearance sometime down the line in a couple of weeks.
It's whatever next time you're able to be on, or he said he wanted to show it next week.
I'd save it because it's a special thing.
Okay,
that way we can discuss it.
Yeah,
Christopher, if you hear this or in our little chat, Johnny should put you in our chat. So,
no, don't put me in any group chat. I'm good.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say, so you know, but
yeah, we tried to add him to the one, and it just confused him a lot.
Too busy for group chats.
No, I know. I got people that threw me into chats and also tried to get me in groups, and I'm like, I may not be the busiest guy on earth, but Jesus Christ, don't overload.
I at least talk to you all individually, so it's not like we won't get in touch. We know everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, I guess. Well, wow. And anybody out there who was hanging in or checking later, thanks for sticking around and being a part of the show. It's always a blast, and I'm just like, I still can't believe this goes on as long as it does, but we had fun.
Thanks for letting me surprise you guys.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
thank you.
We appreciate it. Shit.
And
We were
so
totally
for the Todd,
surprised.
what? Go ahead, Jack.
Oh, we were totally surprised. Shit, we
Oh,
were
yeah,
sitting there.
I have the time of my life. I always look forward to this because it's an escape and it's total fun. So this has been the Todd Jaeger experience. And over here we've got Jack.
Captain Cartoon.
And on the other end is Johnny. Yeah, there he is, Johnny Necro. And hey everybody, join in next week and get your astral plane drifter. And goodbye to everybody. And I guess that's it.
This one here smells great. Which one? Smells like Mother's crazy sister Kate. Oh, you think so? Yeah, I do. It smells so good. She couldn't have been that crazy. I don't think so. Oh, you don't think so, huh? No. Well, she put her poodle one time in a microwave oven to eat it. Yeah, to eat it. Oh, no. No, 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 silly, to dry it. But it exploded, and they were both found dead. She must have been out of her head. Here it is. There's my favorite perfume. We've been looking for everywhere. Why don't you buy one for me too, and I'll meet you at the door.